Forgot to unmute my mic. Welcome everybody to episode 4 and pull my mic towards me of a Monster Hunter Stories founding of the guild. There's a petty squabbles in there somewhere. We are down Echo today. He had something come up with his family, so hopefully everything's good for him. But we are going to continue on with our games today. So last time you all after taking care of the Ludroth, eventually made your way back towards camp, with a few little, incidences here and there. Mostly it getting very, very, I believe it was very foggy, at least for your group. Maybe it's the other group and I mixed it up. But at the end of it, you ran into Wolfango just kind of wandering about somewhere kind of near to the caravan. When you, instead of killing it, you captured it and were bringing it back with Cruund constantly insulting the thing the entire way because he's rude. Eventually you came and ran into Nissa, who, thank you for not killing this bull drone or this Wolfango as well. Presented you with your rewards for helping her, bring safety back to her hovel and where she has keeps her Wolfango themselves, which in the same case as Gundrick, you repaired the fence itself, kind of makeshift a little bit because you didn't have a ton of time, but in pretty decent condition. As you were back in camp, you spoke with Thrawn Ironheart, where you showed him some of the materials, and he thought it would be really interesting to make these into weapons, toy them, figure out what they can do, in which you, Gundrick, insulted him, and he told you that your weapon would be last. And that's kind of where we left off at the moment. You guys were just getting ready to recuperate and move on to the next, length of whatever the caravan's going to do or whatever your next plans are. So that's, I think, where we'll fade back in. We'll go with it being, I think you guys were actually already having breakfast, correct?
Yeah, it was early morning when we got back to doing things.
No, it was not early morning because Gundrick said it was the afternoon.
Or we woke up in the middle of the night. We woke up in the middle of the night to finish our quest.
Correct.
True. Yeah.
So it should be like morning by the time we were actually getting anything done for the rest of the day.
I believe you guys, yeah, because I mean, Gundrick, when he talked to you, said it was like 5 p.m. So we'll just say it's another day ahead of time. Next morning, as you were all sitting there getting breakfast, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys doing? What's happening?
I'm over here trying to fashion this ultra stomach into the bag of holding, and try just like being mad at it because I'm not used to doing this.
Mm-hmm. Those big fingers with a tiny little needle. It's very difficult.
Use a hammer for things. How does this work? Delicate work should exist.
You'll get it eventually. Don't worry.
Well, thanks for your confidence. I prefer that. I prefer this you over the insulting you.
Don't worry.
I give you a good pat on the back.
I'll give you 30 minutes until the insults come.
Thanks. I at least have a timer.
If you can't figure it out by then, you deserve them.
All right, then I'm gonna plop some materials in front of you and an armor. It's like, then you upgrade this.
Oh yeah, I don't try to do things that I know I'm not capable of. Sorry.
Why do you speak?
Because I'm able to do that really easily, actually.
Gets you in trouble a lot, but that's what youngsters do.
How old is Cruund?
I'd say probably like early 30s.
Okay. How old is Gundrick?
We still have a question mark there, as his true age will always be older than everybody else.
That's not how that works.
He is a dwarf. He could be old as shit.
He could be. He's like, I just forgot. Who celebrates birthdays anymore? It's like when you get past a certain age, it's just you get past your 80th birthday when you get your master forged hammer, and then there's nothing else to look forward to until you're like 600.
Yeah, or he's just not smart enough to be able to count. And after the second one, he was like, "Hey, I lost count." So
I'm gonna go with the ladder because I'm intelligence is 7.
Oh, yeah.
I just stopped counting after like 4.
That's funny.
It wasn't worth it.
That's good. That's
Every
good.
year I get older, but I don't know. Numbers are a man-made construct.
Yeah, that's the excuse. He just memorized that one line.
Mm. That sounds way too smart to be coming out of your mouth.
All right.
Rolls eyes, continues trying to stitch an albatross stomach into a bag.
Is he stitching it onto the outside or the inside?
Inside. Ain't
Okay.
that dumb.
I mean, it's going to be more difficult to stitch it on the inside, but it'd probably work better.
Oh, it's not like I can stitch on the outside, because then how am I supposed to hold infinity inside the outside?
Magic.
How about you, Dos?
Huh?
I look at Dos like,
Yeah,
do you want to
Dos,
try your hand with the stuff?
what have you been doing this entire time they've been having this conversation and stuff, Dos? You're obviously there, but what have you been doing?
Dos has been listening to them as he's like prepping his healer's kits. He's used to wounded hunters bickering back and forth about like whose fault it is that they got hurt while his master would have healed them. This conversation for him is nothing new other than the standard bickering between friends.
Well, my intention was to give you this bag so you could hold way more of your mushrooms and items and things you needed.
Why do we have a swim speed?
I'll take the bags.
Bloodroth piece.
Yeah, let me finish this up and the bag's all yours. And then after that, I'll help. I'll slam some pieces in the armors if you don't get the our professional armor over there to do it.
I would like it to be known that during that entire conversation, I did have the golden monocle from the from my orange hypnopel the entire time.
Was it just like in, or were you like fiddling with it at the same
No,
time?
no, it was on the entire time. Yeah.
I would say to not forget about the Royal Ludroth piece in the trinket.
Oh, yeah, the fishing one.
The Royal Ludroth claw. The weapon deals maximum damage to a creature that has an innate swimming speed.
Wait, I'm a creature with an innate swimming speed. Oh shit! Oh,
Slaps that in my boomerang, throws it at you.
wait, we can talk about this.
We can, but talking is irrelevant. I have intelligence of 7.
Question, since I'm gonna be switching over to the bow,
Yeah.
because the hunting horn just didn't feel great. For this character specifically.
Yeah.
Can I swap my materials and stuff over to the bow, or?
Yeah. That's
Cool.
fine. Yeah, the assumption, because we're still toying with things, so that's okay.
Cool. I'm also gonna swap my stats, my strength and dex.
Makes sense since you wouldn't be using strength with your bow, unless you're using just like to hit with it.
It's a 2-point difference there.
Ooh, I mean that's plus what? +1 or
+1.
+2? I wasn't sure. I don't know if you were doing a +2 like increase or if it was just a +1 increase. But yeah, plus increases your AC, so it's all good.
Is our other player's character
Apophis.
is Apophis. Thank you. I ask Apophis if their hammer is common or uncommon.
My hammer is uncommon.
All right, that's as good as it's gonna get for now.
Do I need to delete anything from our inventory?
We'll just be getting rid of the albatross stomach because you get a bag of holding, and that's about it. Whenever I finish this in like half an hour, because I can't stand the idea of being mocked.
I really enjoy the idea that this has to be a weaver's tools instead of smithing tools because it's a bag. So for the fun of it, let's have you do a different kind of check since you are not technically using smithing tools for this. So let's go and go with weavers, which
All right,
would be
this is improvised for me.
yes. So technically, if you have one of these skills as well, so I would say sleight of hand works. I don't think survival necessarily works in this one. I would go with nature because knowing about how the Ultra stomach works could also be one. What other skills we got? Arcana would be one because of the magical nature of it.
Can you pick something that doesn't include intelligence?
I mean, usually it's intelligence or wisdom for any of those or for any of the effects most of the time.
Can I do survival?
I don't feel like survival makes sense for this one though.
All right. Well,
That's the only reason I was going. I mean, it's fine if you fail it, because you know.
I'll do a sleight of hand.
Okay. 12. And so an Ultrath is a CR like 1/8, which means its DC carve check would be a 10, which means a 12 is a success.
All right, then I finish it up in that half an hour.
No, I didn't even know how that even opened there. Weird.
It's very important because I can't say they did be mocked by these children. I had to make sure if I finished it in half an hour so I don't get mocked over here by Cruund.
That's not going to stop the mocking.
You put your head in the back of holding.
No.
So
I literally put the bag onto your head because of you.
You spend the morning, you know, eating your breakfast, preparing your tools like dose, crafting a bag of holding out of an Ultrath stomach, kind of using your own innate knowledge of Ultrath and, you know, the magical ley lines of the area, along with maybe like an enchanted needle to get this crafted and made. You actually have someone at least walk by. I believe I have a weaver for a caravan member here. Let's take a look. I would say, I don't.
Wait for this weaver to walk by and just tell you you're doing it wrong.
What are you doing? So,
Learning.
I'm actually gonna add.
Are you trying to sew with a dagger?
All right. So you see a tiefling that walks by. Ironically, they have horns. No, that's not the right form. With fiery red skin. They don't have skin on top of their skin. Let's clarify that. They are adorned in a flowing. What's that?
I said, how are they alive? They don't
Right?
have skin on top of their skin. They just have one
they have
layer.
One
of skin?
layer. That's it. It's very see-through and transparent. So they're adorned in flowing mystical robes. That literally, like, even as she's like stops and stands, you see them kind of like swirling around the base, like they're fluttering about a little bit. And she looks at your work and she just kind of like she walks by. Not bad work. And then
Thanks.
continues along. Save that person. That person now has a profession.
Elbows, Cruund. See? Not bad work as I hand off the bag to Dose. A bag full that'll be full of medical supplies.
I was not paying attention, good sir.
It's not bad. I don't remember if he had a Russian accent or not, but that's what he has now.
I approve. This is
All
like
right.
small bear.
Small Azeros.
Yeah, since you're so good at it, if no one's using the Ludroth crest, could you put it in this little trinket for me?
What you want?
What kind of trinkets?
D4 damage?
Yeah. I do want the D4 damage.
What kind of trinket would Cruund use?
That is.
It could be like a
Great
fancy
question.
diplomat like type of thing.
That's what I was trying to
Like
think of.
a pendant or something like that.
I would say it'd probably be like a signet ring.
Okay. I like that. So
It's dual purpose. You can use it as a wax seal and to be able to do an extra D4 of acid damage.
yeah, you're
I was
using the
like-
acid to like, you know, acid burn your seal into it, not use wax. It's perfect.
I look at the size of the crest, look at the signature ring, like, sure, I'll shave it down and get in here.
And as you say that, Thrawn comes walking by. No!
What do you mean, no?
You shrink
You
it
see
down.
how big this?
Shrink.
You shrink it?
Shrink.
It's a sponge. It's
You
already shrunk.
heathen. Dry it out first.
Fine. I start a fire.
Amateurs. This is why
Get
his
the
is
drinking
last.
the drinking area later.
Okay. Well, at some point I'll figure out what Thrawn's voice is.
He's got all the voices.
He's got all the
experiments.
voices. I mean, I'm horrible voices. All my biggest weakness is voices.
Yeah.
Cruand's just gonna lean into Dose and, hey, I'm usually in my tent alone during these times. Do they usually bicker like a married couple?
All dwarves do.
He's a
I find that
Trovarian.
most people who craft do.
All right.
For context, yes, I am either a Torvarian or a dwarf. It will change based on my mustache and beard. And one day when we get to Pathfinder.
Yes. Yes. All right. So, you spend some time attempting to shrink this down, drying it out, using a little bit of the magic you know to shrink it further down to basically be able to set this into the ring is the goal. So, I will allow a smithing tools check on this one.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have made you do something different. So,
Okay, I just rolled really bad. I rolled.
yes.
Uh,
Wait, you rolled
wait,
intelligence. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm probably using strength. That's how I always use my stuff.
yeah. That's what, yeah, go ahead. You can re-roll because that's wrong.
Yeah, not intelligence, so strength. Thank you.
And
Still
so,
did bad.
yes. As you know, you're attempting to shrink it down. You begin the hammering, trying to, and this isn't necessarily like hammer, like denting. It's the way as you hit it, it's shrinking down. Just the arcane nature of the tools that you use and the magic within you. Eventually get to a point where as you're hitting it, it's not shrinking any further. And Gundrick, you know what comes next and you dread it. You have to tell Cruund you can't do it.
Nope. I get up. I walk to the other dwarf. I refuse.
So Cruand, he just gets up and walks away with your materials and your ring.
What the fuck?
You wait a second.
Do you
I
wait,
go up to the other craftsman's like, hey,
Gundrick?
show me what I'm doing wrong here.
All right, let's have a seat. And then we fade to black as he starts going into really like complex on like hammer strikes, how much you're supposed to infuse, and all this different other stuff. Kind of giving you a little bit of an education on some of the knowledge he has as a Trovarian versus being a dwarf. And you obviously share some stuff here and there too. We'll go ahead and roll me a d60. And see how many minutes this takes. All right, 17 minutes later, Gundrick comes back with your signet. There's no crest in his other hand.
I give you your ring.
Hmm.
It
Can I
turns
do
out,
Can I
Trovarians
do an
understand
insight
water
check?
better.
Go ahead. I mean, he's being a little honest, it sounds like. Ooh, you believe him. Trovarians know water stuff better.
Neat. Good job. They'll put it on.
Should you not say thank you? He did do work for you.
He's wearing it. That's think enough.
Okay,
Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
it's good manners.
Hopefully this will let me not die.
I don't know how that will help.
Easy, I kill things faster and I die less.
I guess. All right. So you spend, a little bit of time. I think actually during that time, Gundrick, Thrawn goes, after you give him the ring, when you guys have some time, come back. I want to talk to you about something.
All right. I get my butt up and then I start dragging the one who's being lazy.
Who's that?
Yeah,
It's
right.
always Cruand.
He's not lazy. He is just has an aversion to work.
No,
that's
you
dangerous.
guys
I guess danger is proper.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he
Aversion to
doesn't have an
dangers.
aversion to work. He has an aversion to this kind of work.
It's a danger. Yeah, let's clarify that. Okay. So you grab him, you drag him. What do you and you're
I'll drag him because we're still in a muddy area. I'll just like, hey, we got work.
Is it the dangerous kind, or
Don't know yet. Gotta go talk to our forge smith.
oh, he always gives us the dangerous kind.
You don't know. Today could be the day he finally asks you to pick some mushrooms and flowers instead.
He doesn't like mushrooms with flowers. Oh,
Besides, we can stock him on stuff mushrooms and flowers to make potions.
Okay. So I guess one of the things we can do for this, since we're not going to be here for the entire system, and you guys are already upgraded technically to uncommon, we can start combining the lower tier ones, materials into higher tier ones. So I don't know. I might be able to do like a 3-to-1. So like 3 earth crystals make a Machilite ore. So it's still more, but at least those ones you guys are collecting right now here and there will be useful at some point.
Okay.
All right. So you all get up, and make your way over to Thrawn at some point during the day.
That's the long rest button.
Yeah, you guys definitely have a long rest while you're in camp, so you guys can rest up, no problem. Sharp pain in my side. That hurts. We're good. Yeah, okay. Nope. Sorry, guys. Give me a second.
No problem. Hey, Dose.
Yes.
You want to take our raw meat and our parashroom and make a paralytic meat? It's meat.
I don't think I have the tools for it.
Would it not be cooking tools?
Would it?
It's either cooked tools or poisoner's tools.
Let me go to the crafting bit real quick. What recipes do we have and do we not have?
I would say, let me pull up the recipes real fast to give you probably a more proper answer. I need to raise this up. It's so low. Alright, so in terms of item. So I would assume that like the flash bombs and stuff aren't like any of the bombs aren't really there, or they're a bit weaker. Fishing lures would be there for sure. Cool drinks, hot drinks are pretty common in general. Normal bombs, small, large bombs, no bounce bombs, no elemental barrel bombs yet. The meats, I feel like makes sense. That's like a fairly common tech that's been used forever and wouldn't really be lost. Probably pitfall traps, not shock traps. In terms of magic items, we'll have to kind of go with that, like a case by case situation.
Mm.
I think that covers most of the stuff. Like you guys just got antidotes. Cleansers probably don't exist yet. Just for the most part, I would say ask if you guys would know it or not yet, and we'll kind of base it off that.
Okay.
Hopefully that gives you kind of a general idea.
We would need a poisoner's kit. I don't have one of those on me.
Let's see.
You can buy one. They definitely have. There's definitely like a bunch of or traveling merchants throughout this place that you probably could find one after asking around a little bit to get one for sure.
Let me see how much they cost.
That's a good question. Poisoner's kit says it's 50 gold.
Let's go.
Yep. Kit includes vials, chemicals, and other equipment necessary for creation of poisons. Proficient with this kit lets you add proficiency bonus to any ability checks. Craft or use poisons. Which in your case is still just a craft, whatever is listed in there too, which counts towards that thing.
Where do I find Poisoner's Kit in Foundry?
It should be under an item. Yeah,
I tried to
it's
search
under
it, but I
tools.
didn't-
Just search poison. And if you don't see it, then I will make sure you have access to it in a second. There should be a tools tab. If you don't see it, you should hopefully see it.
There, now I see it. 50 gold. Drag that in. Minus 50. All right. I can try to make one. What was it?
This is like anybody's protesting that attempt.
Nope.
Well,
So what are you
Was it
trying to
raw
make, right?
meat?
You're trying to make the meat, right?
Yeah.
So on a fail by 5 or more, I believe, you will lose one of the two materials. If you fail normally, nothing happens. But if you fail by 5 or more, you lose one of the materials. If you fail like a natural 1, you're gonna lose both, I believe.
we only have one raw meat and 4 toadstools. So.
Yep. So and the
Okay.
DC on that is I really need to update the whole entire thing because I have all like the DCs and everything on the tools.
Defense 12.
Does DC's 20?
12.
Okay, well, like 20 sounds way too high. 12 is fine. So, it could be a nature check. Survival makes sense to me. Either one of those. If you have an argument for a different skill, let me know. Medicine.
I use medicine.
Medicine makes sense to me. You're literally like, carefully injecting or combining these things to some kind of, in this case, a poisonous meat. 19 is a success, so you are able to create the poison meat. And let's go for the sake of it, we're gonna add you succeeded by 4 or more. Let's go ahead and increase the DC of it by 2. So give it like a tainted meat, or I think it's tainted meat is the poison one, +2 or something. I don't know. For the name.
Ooh, nice.
Let's have fun with the crafting in this one.
All right. Meat, there it is. Meat tainted. Yep. So that increase it by 2.
Yeah. So I can give it a +2. That way we know it's a +2 on it easily. Versus
I can do it in the text as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 con save.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a good way to do that. Every 4 or more increases the DC by a little bit. Okay. Anything else you guys want to craft while you're kind of getting your stuff together?
Oh, I don't think we have enough materials to craft other things.
We have enough for me to upgrade one set of armor to uncommon.
I'd imagine you guys would do that more than I would. Well, Small monster bomb.
I honestly don't need it until we have more decent materials.
So,
I could also wait.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna Cobra or Apophis is going to say no, but I would say if it's your guys' choice.
Yeah, he's also not here this week, so I feel like
Yeah, I know that's like. I mean,
maybe he just defaults loses on that.
yeah, that was kind of my thought. That's why I was thinking Gundrick would be the person to get it because he's the upfront person at least.
Yeah, and you can can't you give yourself like a bump to AC with it or something?
I believe it starts at rare.
That's at rare.
It starts at
Rare.
But working your way towards it, you're almost there.
All right, well, I might as well do it since I'm usually the front row.
Okay. So, as you go to Thrawn to get this done, because you have better things to do with your time right now, Gundrick. And I'm stealing your thunder for a minute here. Actually, I don't think that we've ever done actual upgrading of equipment outside of an actual blacksmith. As he comes to you, or as you come to him, hey, he looks. He goes, could have sworn I said you would be last. I'm gonna figure out what the voice is gonna be at some point. I don't know it yet.
We've changed that like 4 times
I have.
this session.
I can't remember what it is, and that's my problem. So I lose it. I need to practice voices in my off time.
Yeah.
Well, I am the last.
He just needs to sound like Kronk.
You know, he's got a point there. So as you come up to him to get the armor made, he kind of looks at it. He goes, I was waiting for you all to come here in the first place anyways. You know, we'll make it a cowboy. There we go. He's a cowboy now. I ain't gonna be able to do that either. I'm gonna lose it no matter what. I'm just gonna do a voice, and whatever it is what it is today. I'm off. So he looks at you and goes, you know, normally I charge a fairly hefty price for this kind of work, but I know what the 4 of you can do. There's a Basarios prowling around these marshes, and I've got on a good authority that its hide is a treasure trove of minerals. You kind of see like a glint of excitement, kind of betraying his kind of usual like calm demeanor. I've seen legendary weapons in my time, passed down through the ages, the kind that strike awe into the hearts of both allies and enemies. But to forge such a masterpiece, you need more than just skill. You need the finest materials nature has to offer. As he gestures towards the swamp, which is literally in any direction you guys look. And he goes, if you're interested, I'll upgrade that for free. But I would like you to gather some of the minerals from the Basarios. Now, not asking you to kill the Basarios. They're fairly docile more often than not. They like to hide away in the swamps, disguise themselves like rocks. But you might be able to mine or pick from their hide while they sleep. You bring back enough materials, say 5, 6 of them. We'll call it even. And then I'll see what I can make for you with what you bring back. It's just, you know, a step in the direction I'm looking for and a way to help you all out at the same time too. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
I have no complaints.
I guess.
Dose, you're sitting there quietly.
Oh yeah, I'm not much of a fighter, but if people need help, that's who I'll be.
Well, it's not like I'm asking you to fight the thing. I'm just more asking you to gather some stuff off of it.
Well, from what I understand, most monsters probably wouldn't like that, so I can only imagine we'll probably start fighting.
Yeah, that's why I would wait till it falls asleep or burrows underground or something like that, and then try to gather the materials. I mean, if you have to fight it, you have to fight it, but in this case, it's not a requirement. It's not something I'm asking for. I just want some stuff off of it, not from inside of it. So, okay. Here, I do have something for you. I've been working on this. This may help you in your endeavors. As he like reaches down under the counter and comes and pulls out, it's a pickaxe, and you can see kind of like it looks like it's been forged with not necessarily gold, but some type of like golden, like hued material throughout the actual pick part itself. I think this might help as he hands it over to you guys. It is a test, so it might not be the most durable, so be careful with it. If you do, it does break, please just bring it back.
I look at it.
Yeah. You want to give me I guess a smithing tools check makes sense.
All right. I'm gonna guess I'll need to use intelligence for this one and or wisdom.
Yeah, I would say either one. Nice.
Oh, now you roll good.
This, I mean, you haven't seen one before ever. This is like the first of its kind idea. I mean, from since ancient civilization, I guess. It's a reproduction of a mega pickaxe. So this is literally just a mega pickaxe, but like his version of it. It fails once, it breaks. You have advantage on checks with it. Let's go ahead and pull up the little stats here so you guys can see it. Should be in. There it is. Boom. When you use it, a failed check, it breaks. In addition, when you succeed on a check by 4 or more, you gain 1 additional ore. And roll a d6 to determine what kind.
At first roll, 2 natural ones.
Boom! Gone.
No.
The DC for the actual check will be equal to its carved DC. So that's how we'll determine what the actual DC is off the Besario specifically. You may also be able to pull some mushrooms or other plant like that's grown on the moss that's been on it possibly as well. So there's definitely a variety of materials you may get from this Besarios. You all seem keen to do it, especially Apophis. So into it. His silence is just, a confirmation.
I feel like he's not actually into it.
He's definitely into it, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
As I mean, he asked you for that. You guys agree and stuff like that. So he would finish it before you all left, giving you the armor, Gundrick. As you guys want us to head out today. It's still midday or so when you speak to Thrawn. But good.
I do, but I was gonna see if I can get a this great Azuchi pelt, and the Royal Ludroth tail put in my weapon.
Yeah. He could definitely do those two for you as well. It takes a little bit longer. It'll probably go somewhere closer to like 2:00 in the afternoon. When that would be done. Anybody else need any other materials placed into their gear? We're just gonna add an hour for each material is all.
I don't have any more slots, let alone materials.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Hold on a second, guys.
I remember, how do you add a effect to your weapon?
If you hit the little edit icon and then into effects,
Okay.
and then there's temporary, passive, and inactive. If you click add, it'll add a new effect, and then you can edit that effect.
Passive would be it will happen whenever I hit, right?
Yeah, it should. Passive is just like it's always a thing that is on.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
So I missed whatever you guys were just having a conversation on, so I apologize. I didn't check my
He
phone.
was asking about how to make an effect on a weapon.
Gotta add water blight to my boomerang and ricochet.
The ricochet itself?
Well, because the weapon itself that does it, so it's the weapon still hitting with even with ricochet.
Technically, it's not. I mean, narratively, yes, it is, but mechanically, it technically isn't. And since you're not making a check, it's a save then, and that's not how that one works. It's when you hit with it, not when they make a save against it.
Is the boomerang not still hitting them though?
I mean, technically, yes, it's hitting them, but it's not the same mechanically wise. Like game wise, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's like how in not D&D Beyond, or not Beyond, the new thing they're working on, paladins can't smite with normal punches because it's not technically a weapon.
And I'll just leave the Ludroth tail there because that was the whole plan for that. And I'll just put the other one in to increase the slashing damage by 1.
Okay, this is what you prefer to do. That's fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, the ricochet does not technically work. Now, if you had a material that when a creature like fails a saving throw and something happens, that would work. It's just specifically for that, the ricochet would not cause water blight. Okay. So you still spend, it's 2 hours getting the materials placed into your armor. What is your armor as he's upgraded it, Gundrick? What does it look like?
Mostly dusty pieces of metal that are, sorry, they're not dusty. They're covered in mud from our last adventure.
He didn't wash them.
Didn't much have a chance. I started doing things immediately. Uh, they're covered in grime and such, but even underneath, if you look underneath that, it's mostly unadorned metal.
Mm-hmm.
It was meant for like I need to get a job done, not for great work.
Right. And then
So it was special.
what about your weapon? Since you got your weapon upgraded here, like so you added a sharp claw to it. You added, I can't remember what the other material was. Like,
I decided not to add the other material, so I got the sharp clawed.
okay, I thought you added two different things. So my bad.
Yeah, no, I won't put the blue draw tail in since it won't work with ricochet.
Yep, that is true.
When on materials that say when you hit with this weapon, does that count for the gun lance's gun?
the
shell?
The shell.
Yeah, because it should be
Yes, I mean.
an attack. It's
Yes,
just a
that is
ranged
part.
attack.
It's not the same. So the kinsect is different than the shelling, because the kinsect is its own special attack with it, whereas the gun lance is like you can make a ranged attack as part of it.
Like a bow or something?
Yes, so that one's
Okay.
still fine. This up. So I guess that's another question with this. So, Cruund, since you have changed weapons, what does your bow look like now?
It's just the Kelby slingshot. No. Let me see what the Quetzalcoatl bow looked like.
Yeah, go for it.
I also can't add the mega pickaxe to our group info stuff.
The Quetzalcoatl did not have a bow.
Unacceptable.
Unfortunate.
Try now with the mega pickaxe.
Yeah, mighty unfortunate on that one.
Yeah, I can't drag and drop it in like everything else is.
That's weird. Let me see if I can.
Well, what do I have in there?
Yeah, there's one at the bottom now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. I wonder why I wouldn't let you do that. It's super strange.
I would say probably. It's just like very simple wooden bow. It has some black and yellow snakeskin wrapped around it.
Mhm.
Because of the gyro stuff, and then at each end there's these like orange feathers, and then the handle grip is an orange grip as well, like an orange fur grip.
Okay.
So it's a very basic for now, nothing too flashy.
Okay. And then, did we ever go through your stuff, Dose, and what your like weapon looks like and stuff like that?
No. Other than the shield having the symbol of the rainbow herb on it, most of it seems like it has twigs and branches sticking out of it, so that way you can help blend in to the
Mm-hmm.
environment. So that way it can be used more for stealth than it would be for actual offensive combat. So there's a bunch of chunks of tarnish of rust over the gun lance, which is why it tends to jam. Because again, my master wasn't really one for fighting. It was more of just if we need it, then we need it.
Yeah. All right. So I want to do something a bit different here, and as you all kind of finish gathering your things, are you planning on going out tonight, or are you planning on going out in the morning tomorrow? I guess is the
I
question.
think we should wait until the morning, preferably.
I don't
Yeah,
oppose.
might as well. We had this entire day to get ready, stocked up, enjoy our night before our big battle with a big rock.
He said we did
It's a
not need
rock.
to fight it. Just gather from it. Why we need to fight?
I look at me, I look at Apophis, and I'm like, we know our luck.
It's just in case.
Well, of course, but I was just want to clarify we don't need to actually kill it or fight it. That's all. We can we can run if we need to, and then chase it down again, or just get lucky and it gets snoozing away.
Give him
Whatever.
the
He
face
just starts
of, "We're
walking
never
away.
getting that
As you're
lucky."
all just staring at him, he just like walks away. He slithers away. So
I can't get a read of that guy.
You guys think it's weird that he doesn't have legs?
A
Eh,
little.
uh,
I thought it might have just been me, but I don't know.
all I'm imagining right now is like the Dalamadur, but it's like little itty bitty legs that are like just barely scooting along that aren't really visible, like most of the time, like hiding underneath like the belly.
Yeah, I just like I don't have a problem with him not having legs, but there's something about him when he like walks like moves away from us that it just makes me feel weird and uneasy, you know?
after you say that, I'm like, you mean like this? I throw the snake skin at you.
Ah!
Do you tear
Can
the snake
snakes
skin?
ice skate?
So remember, I got Apophis snake skin from last adventure because he shed it after he got burned.
Yeah, I remember. I was just curious if Cruund just tore it apart or not as he freaked out.
No,
Like, you accidentally like tear it.
I just freak out.
After I was like, yeah, it is pretty creepy looking. And after I do that, I throw it on the caravan's wagon, just like they can study that if they want.
And you guys walk away, like someone like walks back to like their thing. What the fuck? Fucking snakes. Starts like balling it up and throw it into like some kind of garbage they have. Shedding it wherever they want. No respect.
Especially since he was giant when it happened, so it was literally
Oh
a
god,
large
he
size
was.
scale.
Blech.
Yeah.
It's even worse. Okay. So you all, is there anything else you guys want to do to try to prepare? There is technically like an alchemist in the caravan. There is Thrawn you guys have already kind of gone to. There's botanists, cartographers, any kind of information you want to try to grab, or any other kind of ideas or anything like that, or whatnot.
Those would mainly want to go around to those and try to exchange recipe information.
Okay. Why don't we go? I want 2 checks. If you want, we can actually have those conversations with a couple of them if you want. Or I was also thinking we could do like a persuasion check just to see how well you get along with them, kind of like a first introduction, at least in terms of us seeing like how your guys' relationships have been in the past while being in the caravan. And then we'll do like a medicine check to like do the comparison on like what they might give you, if it's viable and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can do the rolls because I wouldn't know in real life what to
That's fair.
actually say for
No
medicine
worries.
or anything.
I would make it entirely up too, so it's perfectly fine. Okay, so if you want, let's go
but-
and go with how many people do you go by through? Because so in this case we have like a botanist there, which you could talk about like these plants in the area and stuff like that. There is the alchemists themselves. There is a forager and a gardener. But I can see like just really quick off the top of my scan.
Realistically, Dose would go to everyone he can to ask for both information about the rainbow herb as well as recipes,
Sure. Then why don't we go?
and like trying to also spread like his mission Because realistically, he wants to also like build a network of people under the same banner.
Okay. So why don't we'll just do each check at a time. We'll use the persuasion check maybe to also determine how much time it takes. We'll say you probably have it's 2. You'll probably do this until lunch or till dinner. So somewhere around like 6-7 o'clock. So 4 or 5 hours. If they all succeed, you get through all of them. If you fail, depending on how much you fail by, we'll add more time.
Well, I'll fail. -2.
Don't worry about me, I'll fail.
So we'll start with you going over the botanist. It is a halfling that you meet. They're small, nimble. They have a wide brimmed hat, and their pockets are filled with a bunch of different like flowers. Like literally, there's dirt in her pockets. Like it'd be like almost like a robe of many things that's not magical, but just dirt and flowers. Her name is Lydia.
Lydia.
Yep, Lydia Greenleaf.
The house Carl?
Yes, yes,
Sworn to carry my burdens?
yes. In this case, your plans.
Nice.
So you go over to her.
Green-
She,
Greenleaf?
you exchange pleasantries and then kind of get down to business a little bit after that. You guys share a common interest. Let's go and see how well that conversation goes with that persuasion check.
Oh, like I said.
Ooh.
So at a -1, you make some kind of like you don't even know that you do it, but you make some kind of comment, something about the plants that's so either widely incorrect or basically, or you make some kind of suggestion about like something that your teacher taught you that turns out is actually like a very, very poisonous plant, which obviously your teacher knew how to like change and switch around, but in her knowledge, it's basically you're killing somebody when you give them this, and she has lost interest of exchanges with you for the time being. There's always a chance in the future, but for this very moment, you don't get through the full hour in this case. You end up with like a half hour. She just walks away,
Can I be like, wait, let me show you.
and she does not. She has zero interest in anything you have to say right now, or you killing yourself in her eyes.
Such a shame.
All right. So after that first eventful one there, maybe you spend the next half hour. You grab yourself a drink and kind of go like, "What did I do wrong? Like, why is she so upset? I don't understand." And then you're like, "All right, let's try somewhere else. Let's see what else that information I can gather." As you head over to the let's see here, I had the botanist here. Oh, there's an herbalist. So I mean, they're close to the same thing, but whatever. No, alchemist is what I was going to go with. So this one, this person is a human. Their name is Grim Frostbeard. 2 M's, just clarification on the name. They they kind of go in that almost stereotyping like creepy alchemists, where they wear a long hooded robe, and then they have vials and beakers that are hanging from a belt. The robe itself is not black, but it's kind of like a very, very dark green. As you spoke to him for a bit, you kind of get that he's got a heavy passion for alchemy. Always wants to experiment and try. You can definitely see singed marks here and there along his tent where things have either burnt or exploded. Mild explosions, nothing to be concerned with, at least after the first one. Let's go ahead and have you make a persuasion check and see how you hit it off with this guy. 8. So, I mean, it's awkward, but it's not necessarily bad. You spend that that half hour that you kind of gained in a sense from Lydia is now in this case lost while speaking to Grim. But you exchange some ideas. So what I guess the question is, what do you? I'll give you your medicine check and tell me what you're planning on trying to give him information wise.
He's alchemy, right?
Yeah, he's alchemy.
Can you make with alchemist tools?
Hmm.
Alchemist. I can do a lot of healing. I guess one of the things he'd be curious about is because with the healer's kits, a herbalism kit, he can make basic potions. So it'd be interesting to see what the difference is between using alchemist supplies and the potion I create. So I'd show a sample with my medicine to
Okay.
compare against his.
Compare. Okay, yeah, sure. So go ahead and give me a medicine check. 14. Yeah, it beats the DC of the recipe, so we'll go with that. So as he kind of like, you guys have a kind of strike up a conversation about this, and he's, you guys are going different ways of the way you prepare the mushroom, where he kind of maybe mixes or grinds his down into motor pestle into like a powder, and then combines it with the herb. That's instead of being like ground down, instead it's actually just mashed, so it expels some of the essence and oils, and then combines that with water, and then mixes it up, adds a little bit of red food coloring in there to give it some color. But the one thing he's found, actually, I guess the question is, how would you prepare your potions of healing? Lose an aphid. You look tired today, man.
Yeah, 6 hours of sleep. So
What's the best amount of sleep? I don't know what you're talking about.
dude, I don't know what it is. I got off early last night,
Yeah.
like to go to sleep, and then spent over an hour talking to my roommate and his girlfriend about specifically about the Avatar Netflix show and how bad it is.
I haven't watched it yet, so
I haven't either. I have like seen a couple like clips, and I'm just like, this looks awful.
I've heard mixed reviews on either end. It varies from what I can see, so I'll watch it. I'll make my own opinion, I figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do the same.
All right, back to the game. So, how do you make your potions? We'll just yell if you fall asleep, Aphid.
I was taught to make tea out of the herb, and so that way you can get all the oils out of it while still leaving the leaves and everything else inside, and then crumble or cut up the mushroom into fine pieces, put it in the tea, and shake it to release the mushroom spores as they spread evenly, and that way you can just drink it.
He goes, and he kind of, as he's kind of hearing this, he's like, "Yeah, the tea. I never thought about doing it that way. I'm gonna have to try that next time. I still think you'll get more from the spores and the release, a faster release with a mortar and pestle, and turning into the blue mushroom into a powder, than cutting it up. But the tea, I do like that idea. The other thing I have that I've learned, that if you add a few drops of honey into it, it seems to increase the potency of the potion."
Write that down.
As he kind of brings up how to make a potion of greater healing. Okay, so that one goes by. It's been 2 hours. You have 2 more to go to real fast. So the next one you end up going down and over to is this person only has one name. They are a Gajalaka. They are just, a Linian, full on mask. In their case, their mask is yellow, or at least the markings on the mask are yellow. Let's clarify that. And they go by the name Deeproot. They are a forager. They like to go out and gather things. Deeproot, yep. They are. You do see kind of various like trinkets across like their body. Not necessarily trophies, but just like maybe useful odds and ends, or things that they'll use for like gathering more than anything. Like a small shovel, a like very like like the geologist like little pickaxes, the little super tiny ones. He's got one of those.
Yeah.
Stuff like that for like gathering like little samples and stuff like that. So Deeproot, you spark up a conversation. It's tough. Deeproot is not super fluent with common, but you speak Lydian, right?
Yes.
Okay, so never mind. It goes great. He is so excited and ecstatic about the fact that you speak Lydian, and not a lot of people here do. I'm gonna give you advantage on the perception check, or on the persuasion check.
I need a
8.
Still,
That would be a 10 rolled. It was a 7 otherwise.
Jeez.
It would have been a 5. So, you rolled average. Same thing. It takes, I mean, even though he's excited and so that maybe a little bit of it dies down during this conversation, but he eventually kind of sparks up conversation. What do you, I guess make your medicine check, and then I think what I'm going to do in this case is give you some kind of choice on when you gather like a certain material in the area that you can just get the one he mentions because he gives you like tips on it. Okay, a 28. So you give him information. In this case, when you we'll do it when you gather one of these resources. You instead just get one of these with it, no matter which one you gather. So you have a choice of plants or mushrooms, or plants, mushrooms, insects, or fish. Actually, I don't think there's actually a fish one in this one.
what would a Gajalaka forager?
I mean, he's gathering for the caravan, but plants, mushrooms, insects. So you can choose one of those 3. So in terms of materials, plants would be herbs, huskberries, antidote herbs, felvine, nullberries, and gloamgrass root. Mushrooms would be blue mushrooms, toadstools, nitro shrooms, and parashrooms. Insects would be spiderwebs, fireflies, worms, bitterbug, or god bugs.
I feel like in a caravan of this size, herbs are too invaluable. You can never have enough berries and herbs and stuff like that for a caravan.
Okay, if that's what you want to get for yourself, then he would so he explains to you like as you're doing these things like where they are the basically the radius of whenever you find one of these other plants, like you can almost always find an herb nearby. So he explains that. So on this hunt for the Basarios, whenever you gather a plant, you also gather an herb, no matter what.
Ooh. Let's go.
All right.
Ooh, can you repeat that again? I'm gonna write that
Yeah,
down.
so whenever you gather a plant resource, you get an herb, one additional herb, no matter what one you gather.
Nice.
For this like next hunt. I guess technically we could do it in the swamp in general, but that's what you find. And then finally, you go to the gardener, who in this case their garden is literally in a wagon because there's no way to really make a garden in the swamp when you're going to be leaving it in the next like couple days. There's no point. So she has her own little garden, almost like a greenhouse like setup, on one of these wagons here. And her name is Nia Thistlewind. She is also a halfling, and she wears a straw hat with floral patterned clothing, and she has she's got a very like gentle and nurturing kind of demeanor to her. As you spark up conversation, let's go ahead and have you make that persuasion check. Nia might have heard something from Lydia earlier, and she's a little off-put right at the start, it seems. It takes you a very long time to convince her that you aren't this horrible person that's trying to murder people, from what she heard. So you probably spend the rest of, probably the next, like, I will say 2 hours. Let's go 2 hours. Speaking with her, and then I'll finish out your time anyways. And, as a gardener, she definitely has some insight to different materials that you can use. Let's go ahead and pull these up here. So I guess the question is, what do you want to try to share with her, and what are you trying to get from her?
Mainly how to use, I guess, animal dung as a type of fertilizer, especially in like a smaller environment. The whole thing about soil and blah blah blah.
Okay, so kind of do a fertile soil type of setup here. All right. So she kind of give me that medicine check, and let's go and see what she gives you.
Oh.
So she's asking about fertilizer. He's gonna make a bomb. So barrel bombs. You're muted, Ethan. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Ma'am, do you happen to have fertilizer and perhaps bleach? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, the fertilizer's
the
for me. The
friend.
bleach is for the friend. They need to wash blood out of their clothing.
I'm getting them a tasty drink.
So, she tells you a way to make like basically fertile dung, which is like I believe it's from the Baroth and a couple other creatures. But she tells you the recipe incorrectly. So
On purpose.
it's not really useful information. I don't think there's gonna be any real negatives to this one, other than the fact that you just don't know. You don't have proper information. So when you try to do this, it goes horribly wrong. And like sometime in the future, you scrap that like those notes. Like this is not accurate.
Mm.
But at the time, you don't know that. So what do you give her for information?
No, really, just a thank you, I guess. I've never really tried planting as it was in the garden. It's always more of just gathering for it.
Okay.
With my check being that low, it kind of shows.
Yeah, that is definitely for sure. All right. So after you finish kind of doing some information gathering, trying to get some benefits going, what are the other two you doing? On Cruund, is there anything you're trying to do to prepare for the hunt in some way, shape, or form?
I don't think Cruund would have anything to do to like prepare since he's not super skilled or versatile in a lot of things that help with like in the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for just story wise for the taking the warlock class as my last level up.
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably take some time in his tent with the shrine to a strange water creature that he has and speaking to it. For since I have I took the Fathomless as my patron.
Okay. So I would like to know how that all went. If you can give me some details on how you were how were you contacted by this god or creature?
I feel like it would be less contacted and a more Cruund might just have like a couple screws loose. And just talks to this weird statue thing, and then just feels like he has more power.
Okay.
For now,
Where'd Cruund get the statue? Did you find it?
I would
somewhere in
say
the swamp here?
I'd say not here in the swamp. Like he probably shortly after he lost his memory, he probably found it and was like, well, this is obviously something important.
Of course.
And like while he was alone and didn't know talk to anyone after losing his memory, he talked to the statue, and then now he has magic powers.
Does the statue talk back at all?
I would say it did when he was alone.
Mm-hmm.
Since he has joined the caravan, I'd say it has not for a while.
Okay. Now the question for Cruund is that just in his
Shag.
head, or is it actually something actually talking to you? We'll find out.
Yeah, I would like to think it's actually something, but like if it was just in his head, it'd be funnier. But it's been a little time doing that, and then sometime like going around to some of the higher ups of the caravan, especially like the leader of the caravan,
Yeah.
and a few of the guild masters that are with the caravan, and
Okay.
talk to them about kind of what they're wanting for a pact if we come across a city that we want to set up near and whatnot, so that I can start drafting legal papers for that sort of stuff, and start drafting treaties and like truces and stuff for stuff like that, and agreements that are written documents for them and whoever we decide to partner up with in the future to sign, so that everything kind of goes well. So he would spend most of his time actually working on that sort of stuff that would help further the future of the caravan as opposed to just the hunt.
Sure.
Since he's again nothing in a hunt are things that he is good at.
So what I would like, I just want to see how your relationship with the caravan has been going with some of the higher ups since you've been here. So I would just like you to make me a persuasion check. Let's just see where your standing is, in terms of who you talk to and whatnot. 17, okay. So You very rarely ever talk to like the leader of the caravan. You're still kind of building those relationships with those in power, but at a lower station. Just try move yourself up in the standings of the area. I think more often than not, you probably talk to Zephyros, which is the person that greeted you when you returned to camp. He is the strategist for the caravan.
Mhm.
As a reminder, he kind of wears usually like light weight clothing. It's layered in hues of blue and silver, and kind of resembles swirling wind and clouds. He himself always kind of has like a very tranquil, like an air of tranquility to him, and but behind like that, and like when you look in his eyes, like there's definitely like there's a storm raging behind, that's kind of hidden away that is there for when he needs it. He always speaks with some kind of weird metaphor that has to do with like elements or the weather. At some point in time, always gets some kind of tip or suggestion at the end of a conversation with one of those, even if it makes no sense to the actual situation.
Mhm.
And but he gives you tons of information. He in terms of ranking, he's second or third from like the leader of the caravan. So, I think he would, in terms of what you could do. I think he definitely enables you to like think of these ways to draft, and also thinking of like a code for the um the caravan for when you guys actually settle down, because you're not planning on settling at another town. You're planning on settling a new town. Obviously, he doesn't want to settle in the swamp. Nobody does. Um, but they do want good relationships with whoever you may find in these different locations. And you probably helped at least once prior to the swamp, and if not at least once in the swamp on um, setting up at least good relationships with some of these towns or small villages, or in the same case with Nissa, with just helping out someone nearby and gaining a contact. So he definitely enables that, but he doesn't have anything specifically for you at the very moment. But you are at the, in his mind for those types of that type of work.
Yeah. So yeah, then if he's not tasked with anything specific, he would just kind of be writing up some just general things of like, especially knowing that we want to start our own town, then it would be like essentially like peace treaties kind of, where it's just like, hey, you don't attack us, we don't attack you, we'll be friends. Like, maybe write up some just like general trade agreements, like, hey, we agree to trade, and then just leave a blank spot for leave a blank spot, and then spots to sign so that he can fill that in a moment's notice, and kind of just getting some of these just very general documents ready and printed.
Okay. Like that. And then Gundrick, time for you to wake up.
Yep.
What do you do?
I realize I know nothing about Basarios with my level and 7 intelligence.
Nice. Okay. So are you trying to figure out some information about the Basarios, or what is Gundrick doing?
All right. So all our monster games, we always have an old Wyverian who does studies. I'm gonna go look for the young version of that.
The young Wyverian. Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna look for our young burgeoning studying Wyverian who's a monster obsessed.
Do I have? Nope, that's a fighter. Okay. I guess we will go with. Oh, I do have someone. Okay. So you go looking for. That's a Trovarian. That's not a Wyverian. They both end in Ian, so it messed with me there. All right, I got a different one here. So you go looking for a young Wyverian that will have knowledge of what a Basarios is, and you maybe ask around for a bit, and let's see. 'Cause I don't know if you necessarily would you know off the top of your head. I mean, not ignoring the intelligence.
They're a Wyverian? No, I would not. I'm just going to look for people who know more about monsters than me.
Okay, so you go to maybe a certain section of the caravan to try to find this, and you are eventually directed to Thalia. Thalia Swiftstrike is what her name is. She is a young Wyverian, somewhere in the probably like the hundreds or so. Born after the Great War, and fairly recently in terms of time for a Wyverian. As you go to her, she has a very graceful and like agile look to her, very slender. She's adorned in traditional Wyverian attire, but she does also have dual blades at her sides. As you come up to her and speak to her, she looks at you, Gundrick, and goes, I hear that you have been looking for some information.
Whoever travels fast on a line of people.
I mean, what else is there to do in a caravan besides gossip?
Looks at the caravan, looks back. Work?
And
Become a crime lord.
Throws a rock at that one.
she...
Like little tiny pebble that bounces off head that doesn't hurt anyone.
Cruund dies.
Making me athletics checks to mine the stone first, please.
Catch mine ore, got it.
Throws an Elder Dragon bone at you.
Cruand very much dies.
Pulls an Elder Dragon out of the random pile of mud. Oh, sweet. But yes, I know nothing about this Basarios.
Basarius. Okay. 1 minute. And she steps into her tented wagon and comes back out with a book, and it's like this intricate handwritten book. Like do you speak Wyverian?
No, I actually lost language because I'm dumb.
With mystical letters on it that make they're fucking magic runes, obviously. It's definitely not just written in Wyverian. As she's looking through it, Basarios, she's scrolling through. Ah, yes. And let's go ahead and I'm gonna determine what she knows. I guess. Where are my dice?
It wouldn't let me take the other languages for Monster Center when I got my languages.
You would just pick them or put them in manually instead of picking one of them.
Oh, then I'll do that later.
Yep. All right, because I don't have the languages in there. Mike also said he found a way for easily putting the races in, so maybe I'll do that in the future here too. Gotta spend I have to do so much work. I have to do the Zora Magdaros still, and then I need to do that update, and it's just so much upkeep nowadays. It hurts. Okay, so she's looking through, and she goes, huh, strange. As she kind of turns the book towards you, and as she does, you see a picture of Basarios on one, kind of description of what it looks like, which is a large flying wyvern. Looks to be its hide on its back is stone and minerals that have been crusted on it and grown. It's got a soft underside, and then she turns and you just see there's a tear in the book. The Basarios one is just missing. Son of a bitch.
I raised an eyebrow.
She looks and goes, it's my child. Whenever he becomes interested in something and I tell him he can't have it, then he sometimes tears out the pages so he can read them while he's going to sleep. So the chance of me finding this, especially who knows, I haven't looked at a Basarios and I don't know how long, it's fairly negative. But I have something better. Though I don't have a lot of information right now, if you or one of your companions that is traveling with you can gather some information and write up a new document for it, I will gladly pay you.
I look at her. I look at my handwriting. It's okay, but it's in languages that they probably don't understand.
Like I said, obviously you're not going after a Basarius on your own. That would be foolish. So
I'll see what the other ones can write it up for you.
That would be perfect, because then we can take care. We can fill in this information with new updated information, which is always important. And I feel like a sum of 200 gold pieces, I think, would pay more than enough for it. For that information, as long as it's good, of course. If it's poor, I cannot pay you that much.
I just give a thumbs up and I have the squinted eyes of yes, I will gladly accept this job for money.
Excellent. Well, I hope to hear back from you. So,
Indeed. I walk to the rest of
side
the group.
objective unlocked.
Walk past the group. I immediately come over to Cruund as I think he has the neatest handwriting.
Okay.
Cruund, oh buddy, old pal.
Yeah.
So, I have a proposition for you. You was just making gold for writing things down about monster ecology.
I mean, not specifically monster ecology, but I mean, this is more up my alley than our usual antics.
Well, since all we gotta do is watch the animal for a while and get some parts off it, we have a good way to make about 200 gold if we can get back as much information we can about this thing without having to kill it anyways.
Cool. I'm okay with it.
All right. It seems to be they prefer it written in Barbarian, as I couldn't read most of the writings. Able to write in that?
Nope.
Common will do.
It better.
All right.
And then all you hear is, that was so good. As Apophis like uncurls from a rock that he was like sunbathing on this entire time frame.
Jeez.
What?
You scared me. Just wasn't expecting you to be there.
But I was here the whole time. I never leave.
I checked the rock
Hey,
and
man, I
I
don't know what to tell you.
You should be more aware of your surroundings.
You're right on that.
Work on it.
You are correct. I will try. No promises.
What is his passive perception?
Mine?
No, his.
Oh.
His isn't super great. It's a +1. So he looks and goes, I will try to look out for you, but I make no promises. I'm not always keenly aware of things that aren't just for me. Or a danger to me. You know what I mean. Good. He just like slithers off. I'm go get to my things. So, and he doesn't realize that you guys aren't actually going out to hunt until the morning. So he comes back with all of his equipment on. We ready to go?
What a loser.
This is what happens.
pull out
So
my
everybody
sundial.
watching, this is how you know. If you ever show up to a game, I'm gonna play the worst version of your character, and it's gonna be whatever I think it is. Which right now, I don't know Apophis well enough, so now he's whatever I say he is.
It's the Russian dude from Rocky.
As the father comes back, I look at my sundial on my wrist. No, we leave tomorrow.
Why didn't you say that before?
I couldn't say anything when you were walking away. Or
I have
slithering
ears.
away.
You have loud voice. You
No,
have
no,
to
no, no.
shut
You
up.
don't have ears. You have pits.
Don't you insult how small my ears are?
Dude, I can't believe how dare what the heck?
That's so
man?
rude, right?
Yeah.
I literally stare at the snake without ears. What do you mean? You know, I give up.
I'm gonna put my monocle on. Obviously, he has ears.
Yes, ears. As he points to the little holes in the side of his head. See, they just don't pop out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he lost the bit that pops out in a tragic accident. in
I
his
don't want to
past.
talk about it.
See?
I just I start laughing hysterically, but I can't get any sound out, so I just start dying on the floor.
A little snake tear. He wipes it away.
Now you're laughing at him?
I'll be back.
My God.
And he goes to put all this stuff away.
You're terrible.
I can't
Yes,
wait
I
for
am.
Echo to watch this episode.
All right. So I think I'm all prepared for the next day.
Okay. Anything else
gonna-
you guys want
I'm
to
just
do?
gonna look at Gundrick like dying on the ground. Just go. You should be ashamed of yourself and walk away.
Make me a save against vicious mockery. Wisdom. You have disadvantage on your next attack within the next minute. Roll a
I
d4.
throw-
Let's see how much damage he takes. Oh, okay, you take 1 damage.
All right.
One. That says 4, sir.
It does say 4, but I was having it because I was quartering it because it was an unintentional magical vicious mockery. Unless it was intentional.
No.
I have disadvantage of throwing this rock at you. It's just a rock. It's tiny. It does
What
not
is your
hurt.
AC, Cruund?
Hey, that still hits.
You also take 1 damage.
Just still dying laughing.
Cruund's dead.
Yeah, he never got his long rest. He didn't take it.
Cruund only had Cruund's max HP is half an HP.
Oh, why do I keep opening it on there? Sorry, guys. Why I keep opening it on that screen? I'm showing Cruund's stat block off to the stream. Remove concentration.
It's a good stat block.
It is a good stat block. All right. So you all rest for the night, waking up in a nice early morning, right? Even before dawn. So somewhere probably like, we'll go 5 o'clock in the morning. Gathering all your things, getting them all ready, having a nice early breakfast. As dawn is hitting as you finish eating. So let's go ahead and determine our roles once again.
Am I cooking again? Or someone else want to cook?
I don't know, man.
What was cooking?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I mean, it's gone at this point. You guys have to roll for a new one, a new effect. But it was +1 to passive perception is what it was.
Yeah. We had some feline abilities, but none of them really matter at the moment because we didn't have dung mobs.
Yeah. All right, we can just make Cobra over here cooking, since he's passive anyway.
I will cook something so good, you'll never want anybody else to ever cook for you.
I set up my log. All right.
Figure out what are the rest of the rules going to be. I'm gonna put this on here so that the stream can see it as well.
I
Put our
can
meals here.
scout again.
Okay.
I guess I'll do the job the snake did last time. So I will bot stuff.
You're gonna spot stuff, okay? Okay. And then Trailblazer will be dose then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if I'm going to be cooking for you guys, what do I want to give you? That is the question.
Plus 100 to health.
Plus 100 health. Gotcha. In. Done. You succeed.
Plus 100 to stamina.
You get that 100%.
Woo!
You die when you get to negative 106 exhaustion levels.
Yes.
I'd like to have attack up extra large, please.
Would you like to supersize that?
Yes, I would. Dwarf
Ooh,
size.
can I get a crown with it too?
Yes, the Burger King crown though.
Yes.
It has Rathlos on it.
Okay, so I mean, the sliced cactus could be good. You guys did run into a lot of difficult terrain last time around, which is as a bonus action, you can make a DC 15 dexterity acrobatics check. If you succeed, difficult terrain does not cost you extra movement until the end of the current turn. So basically, you can use that every turn as a bonus action to ignore difficult terrain potentially. There's no negative setback if you fail it, but it's a use of your guys' bonus actions. You have the passive perception +1. You have 5 feet of extra movement. What you can do is Zamtress Caviar for increasing your investigation checks to find resources with the Zamtress Caviar.
Honestly, we're really bad at finding them. We probably should eat some caviar.
That's what you got. I just want an agreement before I start making anything.
My vote's on caviar. We've been pretty bad at finding things in the last game.
Okay,
I'm cool with whatever.
let's go in and go
Yeah.
back.
Doesn't really matter for me.
So I got strength, con, and charisma.
I asked a snake to beat
While
me
you're doing this,
eggs.
I'm gonna go grab a tissue.
Okay. So as I am getting ready to make this meal, we flash back to previous town that we were in at some point in time, probably near the coast, where I go up to one of the merchants, and as I'm trying to gather the ingredients, I go, I need something special. Something that when I finally get to cook, that will potentially last as well. When I finally get to cook, I will knock their socks off. And as he's talking to the merchant about this, the merchant suggests he's got some, aged Zamtrios caviar that could be just the thing he's looking for. He's like, yes, that's what I want. And he's going to use his charisma to see if he can get a good price for it. Ability check. Yes. Normal. 4. It's really aged. As he thanks the person for it, and then now as he is back, in the present time frame, he pulls out his caviar, which turns out to be caviar in a can. And you hear the as it like slides open, the metal on metal as it's peeled back. That sounds like cat sound when you open up like liquid cat food. Smells it. This is going to be so good. You will all be jealous. Well, wanted some more, I guess, technically. As he is going to taste it, as he is preparing the ingredients to see how it tastes. It's constitution, and hopefully not like salmonella. It's not bad. I've had the better, like, solid eggs, but these aren't bad. And then finally he plates it up. And as he plates it up, I think that would have been charisma. So how am I going to use strength on this one? Yes. So we're going to do this my way. I need you all to sit down, and I'm going to throw individual ones at you. I'm going to catch them and eat them, kind of like popcorn, but juicier, more flavorful. And I'm going to now throw them into your mouths.
Oh, I did it last time. I might as well accept what happens.
Boo! You do just hit everywhere. All right, so I rolled a 4, a 7, and a 14.
Did it on purpose.
So, while it is the DC was a 10, we're taking the average here. So he's thrown it, and literally, it's not necessarily, they're actually not bad in terms of age and flavor and stuff like that, but the presentation on how he got them to you by throwing them at you, and the amount that hit you in the eye, it starts to burn from the brine that they were sitting in, and like bouncing off your face and hitting you. Literally, Cruund, you're probably using your ears to like cover your face to protect yourself after the first
100%.
one. It's a very interesting meal. At the end of it, he's like, so what did you think? Delicious, right?
I was like scrape some off my ear and
It's not bad. It's okay.
yeah.
See, that's what I thought. I'll make it again next time. I have like, and he pulls out. He's got like 7 more cans of it.
Yeah, well, give us plates, please.
I asked the DM in this case, how big are these caviar bits that are from Zamtrios?
Yeah, it's just one caviar. It's just one egg. I don't know. I would say they're still pretty small. Zamites are pretty small in general, so they're not very big. I mean,
Oh, true.
we'll go with like nickel size, maybe.
All right.
It is
So
very small.
effectively, it'll be grapes thrown at me.
Yeah, I would say it's not like like little fish ones, but it's nickel. So just like,
All right.
grapes is a great example. Yeah.
Caught these. I did about as good catching in my mouth as he did throwing them.
You're supposed to keep your mouth open.
It was open. You keep even my nostril.
You keep moving. You haven't moved at all.
You keep throwing them like you're trying to kill us.
Well, yes, because I have to throw it in fast before your mouth. You close your mouth. So
I
No.
award you a 3 out of 10. Good effort.
thank you. Low is good, right?
Yes.
Good, good, good.
How we survive is a wonder.
So it was a bland meal. You don't get any benefits, but you don't get food poisoning. So there's that good news. Okay. As we begin getting ready to head out on our hunt, I need like 4 minutes. I need to go up and use the bathroom real quick, and then come back down. So if you guys want to talk or take a quick minute break too, we can do that, and we'll be right back. Get some more coffee if you need to.
Oh, it'll take me too long to make more coffee.
I wonder how that. I'm now wondering about what actual size the Zampetrios caviar would look like.
I'd assume compared to actual Zamtros, it'd be pretty small.
Because we know as big as Zamite is. And
Well,
if
like-
they had. Go ahead.
But like Zamite started out really small.
Yeah, but they're like the size of a football.
Like from what we see, yeah. Like we don't see where they're at, when they first hatch.
Well, because I'm wondering if they
our-
hatch like frog eggs. Well, there's just a whole bunch of them like in the water and they're clear and they hatch from there. Or
That's
if
what
it's
I
like.
imagine.
In which case, these would be pretty slimy.
Yeah.
The other option is that they're closer to, for some reason, an octopus, and there's just a line of them connected, and there's just a whole easy attachable bit you can just harvest from Zambrios. Which would be easier to harvest, but it's still more dangerous because Zamtrios would be nearby at all time. I gotta wonder if there's like a Zamtrios subspecies out there where it gives birth from the back, like that one species of frog.
No.
Tryptophobia.
I don't like that visual.
Throws it in the list of things to get made.
Let's see if I can get the amount of like money points that I've saved up down real fast.
I'm probably sitting around like 600, and I'm still not sure what to do with it.
So there's a thing that I want to do for like a final boss in my D&D game, but I don't have the experience of like creating balanced creatures to make it. So yeah.
Just balance afterwards.
Balance in the fight. Oh, God. Yeah, the thinking of doing like a two-phase boss that also brings in like ads. So not gonna be easy to balance that.
Multiple phase bust. We did that in one of my games. Unfortunately, the first phase of his HP was immediately hit with one crit.
Ugh.
I have like 200 HP. All right, I'll drop a boulder on him from Stratosphere. All right, immediately phase 2 does the same tactic. This time I caught the boulder. All right, we throw it from we drop it for something else. There's always more rocks. I don't even know what Basarios has for parts anymore, so I can't wait to see what we might get. Like, I don't expect to kill it, but I expect to at least get something cool out of this next run.
I should be able to get something decent.
And we'll find more hammer stuff.
So you're gonna use the bow now.
Yeah. Because the hunting horn for what I was wanting to do, I did not roll good enough stats for it. And I also just like or I guess it's not that I didn't roll good enough stats, just like where I was allocating my good rolls wasn't enough. So it just kind of made it really difficult to, you know, do what I wanted to. For it, because I need to hit with the hunting horn to actually like,
Boop.
you know, do the stuff. So I it was not easy when I'm incredibly squishy
Yeah,
and don't have a good strength.
the squishy is a problem.
Yeah, the squishy and low strength. Like I think it'll work better hunting horn in Pathfinder. Because of the fact that pretty much all attack stuff is based on strength. So that should be a bit easier.
That's fair. That and bonuses go up as you go. You can, spec into that a lot easier, I feel like, without feeling like you're weakening yourself heavily. Let's see here. Yeah, I think like a sword bard or something like that might work better with like the hunting, or like something that's more melee focused bard.
Yeah, and I definitely thought about that.
Yeah.
But but the like spells and stuff that I was doing for, or like kind of took the class for, or the subclass for, it just worked better
Yeah. I 100% get it.
for what I was wanting to do.
Okay. So now that I've hidden away the bull drum that no longer exists, we begin to get ready to head on our hunt. And in this case, we're not going to start the hunt. We're actually, I guess we'll put you guys back over here to start, because you're not starting at the caravan. You guys have traveled out a little ways, kind of information that you gathered from Thrawn on who's put Hello World on this thing. Go away. I was about to.
My art.
My art, huh? It's supposed to unpause the game at some point in time. There we go.
Probably
It's only been on the stream the entire time, just pausing forever. So, you travel for a little ways in the direction of where Thrawn has kind of roughly told you where this creature is at. This is not a kill or capture hunt, it is just a gather involving a monster you have to gather from. So this may go super easy and you guys might just gather, it never wakes up, never anything happens. It all depends on what you guys do in those types of situations.
We both know it's not going to be that easy.
I mean, we'll find out, won't we? So, you begin your hunt. I need to move this over.
I will say, just in case I was not able to, I bought tinkerers, brewers, and alchemist supplies.
It's fine. Yeah, I feel like all the supplies are pretty common things to buy. They're not like super magical things. They're just tools. Tools make sense to be able to get.
I was going to see if you guys wanted me to pick up a woodworker's tool so I could build us a health horn.
If you want to do that before we go, that's something you could do.
Okay, I'll do that. How much is a woodworker's tools? I couldn't find the price.
It should be under items under tools. All the tools aren't being shown.
They're not being shown for some reason.
Woodworkers tools, 1 gold.
Woo, expensive.
Weavers and woodcarvers tools are 1 gold.
And you might be able to see them now.
Cook's
Brewer
utensils are also
supplies.
1 gold.
Are they, is that just incorrect?
Brewer supplies are 20.
Let's make sure on the woodworker.
All the good stuff is expensive.
Well, I brought Tinker's, Brewer's, Alchemist, Herbalism, and Poisoner's
Okay.
Kit. Those are all the tools, all the medicines Ghost would think he needs.
I already got Smith's tools and I got the wood cutter, so I'll make us a health horn. We can make one out of a bone.
I'm gonna message you what I think the statue should be for my
Sure.
warlock patron thing.
Oh, okay. I gotta make a check to make these, right?
They are only 1 gold. Wow. Okay. Yes, you'll need to make a check. There is a there's a DC for crafting. On them.
Oh, it's Mason's tools I have, not wood carvers.
Which tools?
I bought wood carvers tools, but I'm trained in Mason tools. Okay, so that's a different story.
I mean, the DC isn't super high for them, from what I can recall. Anyways, I should pull up. I'm in the hammer section of my guide, so I should search it this way. Right there, handouts. Yeah, so the DCs are actually decently high on those for the horns. You're making a health horn, you said?
I was looking at a health horn, but I was also asking the party, should I make a field horn or antidote horn? Because if I make a field horn, we might just call a monster to us with the horn.
Field horn is a DC 15. The health horn is a 7.
I feel like the health horn would be more useful and less dangerous.
All right, well, I'll try it, but I realized I am apparently not proficient in wood tools. I'm proficient in Mason's tools, so I'll just give it a try.
Oh, I'm proficient in woodcarver's tools.
Then I give you the tools I just bought to you.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
So in this case, it could be a dexterity check if you want. It could
have
be wisdom, intelligence, because dexterity makes sense for whittling and making sure it's all proper and whatnot. You're infusing arcana, or literally woodworkers with intelligence, dexterity, or wisdom.
I'll do woodcarvers with dexterity.
Nice. That is a success. So you are able, over the course of like, we'll say like an hour, you do it like at nighttime before you guys, rest or something like that. You carve this thing out. So you can add that to your whoever's inventory is going to hold on to it.
Are we using the small monster bone for this?
We use just a normal bone.
You guys have a normal bone?
I'll take out my leg bone.
I took out the 1 bone. I already took out 1 bone that we had. One of the 2 bones we had.
I'll cut off one of the digits on my finger and we can use that.
And then you see Gundrick sitting there like with one, like
just a tiny little.
It's kazoo.
Hey, it's a really small bone. All right.
Okay.
I made a kazoo horn. Hunting kazoo. So you guys make the field one as well then? Because that was the health one, I believe.
We made the health one, but not the field one.
You want to try to make the field one too? You guys have another bone for that.
The health horn, you would need life powder and any bone to make a health horn.
Oh.
All we can make is a field horn right now.
All right, well then it was a field horn.
So let's see.
The health horn doesn't tell me anything on here. At least that.
I'm looking at the guide. I have it in front of me when I was looking at the tools.
Okay, well, on here it doesn't actually tell you that. It just says that you can make it with wood carvers.
Yeah, so the links are broken on that, I know, because I need to update my whole entire thing, but it technically should have. If you look up the wood carvers or whatever, the wood carvers tools should have had it too, but it's not because it's in the handout section because it's an old version of stuff. Wood carvers tools, yeah. So health horn is life powder, any bone. Field horn is any bone. Armor is medium monster bone and a mega armor skin. Antidote horn is a bone and antiseptic stone.
Okay. Well, we can use the field horn to call a monster to us if it works.
Yeah, you definitely could.
We can do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna overhaul this entire foundry thing. I might have to like recreate the entire thing possibly in a new world just to fix the one broken issue in the first place, and then do everything else. But I'm gonna update it after our games today. All right. Anyway, field horn has been made. Make sure one of you has it equipped or has it in their personal inventory, since that is not a one that would stay in a the group one. So
That's a move. I have no idea where I went.
what's up? You're right next to the start.
It didn't move my camera feed like it did the other times.
Yeah, I move it. Oh, yeah, I got you when it slides you across. All right, back to it. So you travel out into the area of the swamp. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we continue on the actual potential hunt and stuff?
I don't think so.
No, I'm
Ah.
good.
Okay. All right, so you begin making your way out into the swamp, traveling to roughly the area that Thrawn mentioned that there was a Basarios spotted. As you begin looking for signs of the Basarios, I need my Trailblazer, which will be Dose, to make me the first survival check of the Trailblazer check.
Level blind.
Okay. That was not a wait. That was. I'm looking. I'm like, that's a 20 because it's the wood carvers one. I'm like, and it's not whispered, but it wasn't. It was. We're good. Okay. So you begin your journey entering into an area that is filled with sporadic withered and dying trees. The ground itself is fairly hard and packed. It's not very swampy in this area, so it's fairly easy to traverse across. There are stumps that have, or there's stumps of trees where the actual logs of trees have vanished, made over time, either being crushed or turned to pulp, maybe being washed away during floods that happen in the area. You're not entirely sure. As Cruund, you need to make me your stealth and perception, as you were the first person to enter.
Mm-hmm. Alright, do blind GM roll. Stealth and perception. Blind GM roll.
Okay. So you fairly, with the ground being so packed, it's fairly easy for you to be quiet. You're keeping an eye out for like twigs and other like foliage that may cause you to make some noise, and you're able to dodge those fairly easily. As you look around, there doesn't seem to be any signs of danger. There's no like poisonous mist. There's no like dangerous creatures. There might be like a Kelby you watch like hop and skip away into a different zone. There's insect sounds. There's bird sounds. There's no silence that announces danger. There's nothing really that you notice that you should be afraid of. What do you do?
Nothing I should be afraid of. Seems pretty normal. Packed earth. I mean, I guess I'll take a little peek-see around and see if I notice any like tracks or something for
Okay. Okay.
See if I can see anything that looks like something incredibly heavy went through here.
Yeah, that makes sense. The ground here is actually fairly hard, so there's probably not going to be a lot of obvious imprints as you kind of look around. You don't really spy anything specifically. I mean, there's some toppled trees, and maybe like a tail could have knocked them over, but you're not really 100% sure if that's the case or if it was just something else. Doesn't seem like much, at least on this first cursory glance. You're only in here for a minute before the rest of the group arrives.
Yeah.
And that's when all of you are here. Let's move, you guys.
I'll let them know too. Yeah, it looks pretty clear. Actually, before they get there, I will cast the message cantrip to let them know that it's clear.
Ooh.
You did busy signal.
As you're doing the boo, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you going boo, boo, boo? Joke from so many thousand years ago.
Just the sound of when you try and get on the phone, but someone's using the internet.
Doo-doo-doo.
Now, what's the internet?
You're too young to know about it, but we had it when the civilization was grand.
Yes, that's when the internet existed. No worries, we're eventually coming towards Monster Hunter. It'll happen eventually. Nuclear bombs, monsters mutate, and boom. Ancient civilization is us all along.
Magic exists, you know.
The Fallout route or the Monster Hunter route? It's one or the other.
I'll get my monster fight one way or another.
Can't wait for all these saved up bottle caps to be worth something.
I know, right? Along pop tabs. All right. So did you all enter the right area as you see Cruund probably somewhere like realistically, like somewhere over here, like checking out one of the trees or something like that. Those looking for signs. What do the rest of you do? Because he's already given you he's already sent you guys a message, even though we got a busy signal back.
I guess we move forward if it's clear.
Yeah. My job is to go look at things to find things, so I'm gonna go hurry my way over there.
Okay. So you go looking around trying to find things.
I am the spotter.
Mm-hmm. Cruund, you don't find anything of interest as you kind of spend a few more minutes looking around. Nothing that at least you spot. And then Gundrick, since you are the spotter, what are you trying to locate, resource-wise?
We'll do plant.
Yep. So as you go looking for plants, give me an investigation check.
Oh yes, this is the reason why I wasn't doing this, and then did okay anyways.
Nice. So as you look around, you do spot some plants of interest. Actually, you find those guaranteed. Actually, I apologize. That's the guaranteed one. So this investigation check would determine how many more things you find. So in this case, the investigation check is what do you see? Yeah, okay. So in this case, you find one additional resource, and I would like for you to roll me a d5 to determine what kind of resource. 4. You find a mushroom as well. So there is a mushroom and a plant in the area. Who is gathering?
Hey, Dos. I point to the resources, and I make sure everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dos, you go over to the mushroom and the herb, and spend some time collecting both these carefully and cautiously. Go ahead and roll me those nature or survival checks, or an herbalism kit check.
I think it's all the same.
14, and this would have been the plant since I was first, is a success. Go and roll me for the mushroom as well, and then we'll roll to determine what you find.
Mushroom.
Both are successes, so go on and roll me a d6 twice.
For the mushroom, I have that equipped thing where I gather double.
Okay. All right, so on a 2, that's the plants you find a huskberry and an herb because of the bonus from the initial conversation you had before. Huskberry is.
I wish these things sorted in alphabetical order.
What things?
In the group.
In our group inventory.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I have no idea how to.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I
dumb.
don't think we can sort it. It's just I think it just adds
You can
in order.
you have to drag and put it where you want it. Yeah.
I've tried to drag, it won't let me.
Oh yeah, it
Oh, same.
doesn't. Wait. Weird. Yeah, that's weird. That's strange.
So you said a herb, right? Huskberry and a herb.
Yep, huskberry and herb because of your bonus that you gained. And then we have on the other one is a 6 is a parashroom.
I get double parashrooms.
Get 2 parashroom. For the scene. Oh. Paralysis coating, there you go. The very rare bow is incorrect. This processing can be used at rare now, I believe. Okay, so as you, no echo again mid. Something came up. So as you continue to look around the area, there's not really nothing anything else of note. As you all look around, but you do hear Apophis look at over at I guess it would be. I think it would be you, Cruund. He goes over to you because that's what's distracting you from finding anything or looking for anything. That's why you got that 7. He goes, so what did you think about that caviar? I can still taste it. It's so good, right? Tasty.
Yeah, it was really good.
I want to open another one right now, but I think we should save it for another time. You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna keep looking around. You see what you find, and then he walks away.
Okay.
Get out of here, guy.
This is what you guys
Just like looking, like trying to find stuff around here, and just
constant just blabbering. So I mean, I can't wait to one another. Like especially like if you Cruund have to like work and you can't make it, because I'm gonna make you the most like self-depreciating, like insulting guy ever to the entire group. It's be great. I'm excited for it. Dose has become a hippie. Gundrick is is a drunk. It's perfect.
What's changed?
You'll actually have a beer in your hand the entire time.
Oh, sweet. Upgrade.
So, look around the area. There is nothing to note in this first area that any of you happen to notice. You gather your plants. You gather no additional information. There's no signs of a Basarios. At least have wandering through this area, though. I mean, it's hard packed, so it's very unlikely that there have been easy visible like footprint signs in this area. So, I mean, all the damage around the area is just kind of mulls any other potential signs. Oh, what do you guys do? Where do you want to go?
I ask immediately, do we want to use the horn?
no.
Devil Joe.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid something's just gonna show up that we can't handle.
All right.
Like I'll just look at him and be like, yeah, what does this horn do again?
It has the potential to call monsters to us. That way we can take care of them.
Right. A monster. Not a specific monster, just a monster. Any monster.
Do you want a specific monster?
What if it is a Zamtrios? And then we get more caviar.
I don't think Zamtrios is going to be in the middle of a swamp.
Why not? It's got water.
They tend to live in ice.
I don't know about that. I don't know much about Zamtrios, so to be fair.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
What is his intelligence? That's a good question. Actually, he's pretty smart. He's slightly above average.
Well, these idiots need you to tell us which way we're going next.
I look at Dose, because he's the one who chooses.
Also look at Dose.
What was the tracks?
None.
Oh.
Jack and also shit.
So what did we learn of the monster? We know about the rocky face, right?
You know his appearance, and that's all the information that book has. So that's why she asked you guys to gather new information to write it down and then provide that to her, as she will then update,
Yeah, we know it's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
Yes.
Guess let's head north. We're gonna look for rocky outcrops.
Ooh, I like this idea. All right. Give me that survival check, and let's see what it's going to be.
Oops.
-10.
No.
Okay. As you begin making your way in the direction to the north, You, Cruund, make me a stealth and perception. Let's see what you find as I hide away the random coot that's still alive over there. I can actually delete all of them, I feel like now. We're not hunting anymore. Don't need to track it. Boom. Okay. Delete. Nice and ish. All right. So, Cruund, as you make your way forward, you travel for a tiny bit of a ways, maybe a couple hundred feet, before you enter into this large meadow of yellow grass. It just kind of just goes as far as you can see until it hits like mountainsides to the north. It's kind of fairly flat, fairly stable. The ground is softer, just because of the grass. That's probably the reason why it can grow. It's moist, but it's not like super difficult. Finding signs for like tracks would probably be fairly easy in this area, since a lot of the grass would be pressed down for anything large that would have walked or traveled through. And it being a rock, obviously, in your thought process is there's no way this thing can fly. So it probably is something that walks. So you're searching around looking for signs of this creature. When you're so focused on the ground, you never really look up.
No.
It's a devil Joe from below.
yeah. You guys have saw how it used to travel in the old games, where it just dug underground and unburrowed somewhere else. Same thing.
I mean, what about? How about it just flies like Godzilla flies, and he jumps up and starts breathing his breath to shoot himself backwards.
So you hear a roar from above.
No.
And as you look
I choose
up,
to ignore it.
As you choose to ignore it, it swoops down, picks you up, and flies away.
No.
Cruund never hears. Yeah, your no as a message reaches you, Dose. No. So yeah, you hear this roar, and as you look up above, there is it's the sun's in the air. It's coming down to using it as the blind spot for you. So you kind of like squint and try to look up. It's a silhouette. You can't make out any kind of real visual look other than it's got wings and talons. It's got 2 legs. It comes flying down towards you.
So helpful.
Yes. We're going to roll for initiative. It is still fairly high up. So the rest of the group, you guys are, we'll say, Cruund, you're in there. The rest of the group, you're 150 feet back. So you're 30 seconds away. Go ahead and add a counter here. Pull up my monsters.
That thing that roared roared is in the sky.
Yes.
Can I see it?
I mean, it's...
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, I'm figuring something out.
I learned that I could actually drag monsters onto the field while holding Alt, and it'll put them invisible when I put them on the field, which is super cool.
I was trying to get rid of the aura that I had on me for the hunting horn thing, because I don't need it anymore.
Well, that's true, you don't. That's very sad.
Eh.
Okay. And when you have a torch, we have a torch little animation we can click, and it'll turn it on for you.
Yeah, I unfortunately, as much as I like the hunting horn, I just do not have the character set up for it.
All right. Supposed to be somewhere over here. Can't see. You can see where my mouse is. That's roughly the direction where it's at. It's off to the right. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative, all of you. Make sure you guys are 150 feet back. Put yourselves back right where my mouse is at right now for you guys. Oop. And there's Dose. Dose is obviously on the log. Okay. Good luck, Cruund. It's fairly high in the sky, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get down towards you. So there's at least that. Mm-hmm. I am missing initiatives from both Dose
Yeah, it's me.
and from me,
Okay, I'm fine.
Libra. I should put it aside. Okay. So I'm gonna roll mine. Should whisper it hopefully. No, I want private roll. Okay. So first up is Cobra, who is going to run forward and dash for 60 feet. Alright, that's end of a Cobra's turn. It is now you watch as Cruund, the creature, gets closer to you. Is that really its fly speed? It's really low. Alright, so it gets closer. That's the end of its turn. Let me go and hit the end turn. I'll just move it. I'll adjust its thing when I can. Cruund, you're up.
I would like to pull up my bow and look up. How close is the
It's
creature?
within 600, but it is not within 150.
Within my okay. All right. I will. Oh God! What do I do? It's 120 feet.
It is.
That's 120 feet. I will use my packed spell slot to cast Armor of Apophis on me. Should give me
Are you saying it like that?
5 temporary hit points. Why do I say it like that? Because I'm a goober, that's why. So yeah, I'll cast that on myself, and then I kind of like move it over here a little bit. I don't think I have anything I can do for a bonus action, unless can I? Oh, I can. I'm going to. No, I'll wait to do that. I'll wait to do that.
Okay.
I have a thing I can do because of my my subclass, but I'll wait.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
All right, Gundrick, you're up.
All right, how far away is it? Because I don't have like a way to look here.
Far. You
Is
can't.
it 100? Is it within 180 feet?
Not
Sorry,
even
200
close.
feet. It's not within 200 feet. Okay.
Now you know you're way too far. You're 150 feet away from Cruund in the first place.
Well, yeah, but I have a stupidly high reach.
Yeah, but I mean, it's if you're 150 feet, it means you have to be like 30 feet off the ground for even an angle at that, and it's somewhere in this direction.
Well, then I spend my time moving. And my turn's over.
Okay, Dose, you're up.
There we go. Where's the tooltip? Start measuring, click and drag.
I'm somewhere in this direction. Shh.
Oh,
Somewhere.
shit.
Sorry about the movement on that one. It's somewhere
Was it
over there now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90 feet? Move.
Oh yeah, you fucking rogues. It's spacebar to move your character with the thingy.
Yeah, it's just hard to see the
It's
thing
80,
that blends in with the
90,
grass.
so that's 90 feet right there. Yep.
Ooh, and that's it.
All right. Hey, as your turn comes to close, it's Cobra's turn. He is going to charge in. It is 60 feet. It's gonna blend in, doesn't it? Comes running in, hammer out. End turn. All right, on its turn, it sees the rest of them coming, and knowing that its prey is now about to get assistance, you watch as this creature wings fold up, and it begins to just dive bomb downwards, and catching itself about 30 or so feet off of this, so about 60 feet high. As it's no longer in the sun, you begin to see the coloring of this creature. It has a little bit more of the visual because it has dropped closer to you. It has a long bird-like beak, purple scales. One of, I guess you want to say that's too far away, but you see this creature coming towards you as it stops there and starts flying in your direction. And it dashes and gets to right here and is swooped down to about 10 feet off the ground. And that's the
Oh, jeez!
end of its turn. Go ahead and reveal that initiative.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Okay, end of turn.
Like, what echo is that?
Cruund, you're up.
We're just gonna see how well this goes.
Okay.
Attack it. Shoot with the bow. 20.
20 is a hit.
Hey.
All right, you deal 8 points of damage to it. It hits it.
3 of that is acid.
Ooh. Okay, it hits full.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action and do Tentacles of the Deep. And I'll create a 10-foot tentacle, like right here, and have it do an attack on the goober.
Where's the effect for the acid? Is it in your on your?
It's in my trinket.
All right, let me make one quick adjustment to it. Effects. And that should do acid. That should make it do acid damage by putting in like the square brackets. You can put the damage type and it should work.
Okay.
That's a hit. That's cool. What does this do?
Make a 10-foot tentacle that is within 60 feet of me. It can attack.
Okay. And it is
I
within
can
10
move
feet
it.
of the ground, so that's son of a bitch. God damn me for doing that.
Anyways, yeah, 4 points of cold damage.
Alright, takes 4 points of cold damage.
Does it not also reduce its movement speed by 10 feet?
Its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of the next turn, yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Warlock Pact of the Fathomless.
He's
And-
doing it. He's
What a
beginning to believe.
mysterious looking cut.
And it's this like oily black tentacle,
Yeah.
and you can see like a little bit of bone sticking out.
Okay. Alright, Gundrick, you're up.
Well, I moved 30 feet, and it is definitely within range. I hurl the mighty wyvern boomerang. It is not disadvantage. He's never within reach.
Okay. Yeah, because of the movement. 20
Yep.
hits. Just 8 points of slashing damage to it. Hits it.
Wow, I rolled minimum damage. Okay. Too far for me to ricochet, so it's over.
Okay. Dose, you're up. You see this creature swooping down, going beeline right for Cruund. It's been hit a couple times. It's kind of flinched briefly, but it's just going strong.
Cool, I can use my thingy. How does this work? Not you. Oh no, I was doing that. Oh, gosh. I'm going to use my, as a bonus action, this one. Give myself advantage, because I'm not going to move. And then so that way I can shoot him. He's within range of the gunlet shill. And shoot with advantage.
Okay. 14 sadly does not hit. It hits and explodes and it just travels through the smoke. Unfazed.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright, turn comes close. Cobra's turn. It's 10 feet in the air. It is 30 feet away. Okay. So Cobra or Apophis runs, jumps, and smashes down on it. I'm targeting it? Yes. Let's see what I can do here. It is a hammer charge because it did charge. No advantage for any reason. 16 hits. Alright. 15 points of damage comes smashing down. I'm gonna use my one mighty weapon on this thing. It fails the save and is stunned as it smashes into the ground. It gets 5 feet forward, takes 1d6 damage from the fall. All right, his turn's done. That's super disappointing. I am stunned. Turn's over. Cruund, you're up.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna. We'll Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
At disadvantage, he's prone.
Is he prone?
I mean, technically he is prone because he was stunned and fell out of the sky. So that's my fault for not.
But he's also stunned.
Which would negate the
The prone.
So it
So
would
it
be
should
normal.
just be a normal roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now if I roll. Nope, it's still saying I have advantage. Normal roll. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
It's because the sun. I think the conditions are messed up.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
That's a miss.
Yep. So it blasts out. You're still figuring this shit out. You like kind of shake your hand a little bit. Okay. Anything else for your turn? Do you want to move anywhere? Do
yeah,
anything else?
I'll just move a little farther away, and then bonus action, I'm gonna give Apophis inspiration and just. That's how you hit him.
It's because of the caviar. It empowered me.
It sure is. And so I'm gonna let's see if it just select effect.
Boom.
There you go.
Got it. Okay. So, Cruund, if that's the end of your turn, hit the enter button.
Yeah. Sorry, Cat has distracted me.
No worries, you're good.
This chunky lad. I did hit the enter, right? Yes.
Alrighty. Another 30 feet for me.
Not gonna, oh, right, yeah, boomerang, yeah.
Yep. I think because it is prone and it's in the grass and I can't see squat, I will activate.
You could. It's prone and stunned, though, so it would be a normal roll. It's not disadvantage, if that makes a difference.
Instead, I'll be doing this. Could you let me not target that anymore?
Nope. Not allowed to target things.
I'm trying to target myself to use my...
Too bad. I've had to click off sometimes, or like highlight over the other one to try to remove it. And then go back to myself. Yeah, you go.
I don't need a spell slot for this. But it says I can't cast it for some reason.
What does it say?
Oh, there we go.
Large
I don't need
reduce.
it.
Alright. Try applying the effects. If it doesn't work, I will apply them manually myself.
I'm enlarged.
You didn't grow though. There we go. Alright, as you grow larger.
As I start getting ready to become giant man, and I start running right way over there.
Okay, and so you grow as you like literally just like step, bigger foot, and then where you're at right now. Alright, Dose, you're up.
Second verse, same as the first. Fire.
That hits.
That's
It's a normal though, it's not advantage. Because it's prone and stunned.
It's one
a,
less.
Yeah, it's a 15 either way.
Okay.
I rolled a 15 and a 14.
Okay, that would have hit still then. It's a 16 on the AC.
Damage. I get my sneak attack, which is now 2d6. Fire damage.
Nice. 21 points of fire damage. It
Zero
does
apply?
not seem to affect it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It's immune to fire. me confirm that just in case there was a change I didn't miss. No, okay, doesn't mean to fire.
Well, I'm out this fight.
Get melee, get in there.
Yeah, right.
Get up in there.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's why I swept to the bow.
All right,
I think
Cobra's
I've
up.
already done more damage with the bow than I did with the hunting horn.
All right, a hammer attack. I do have advantage because it is within my melee. I am not going to use my bardic inspiration. That's cool. I like how that prompted. Told me what the number was if I wanted to add it before anything else. All
Nice.
right, so I knew it was 21. For 11 points of damage, straight to just smashing into its head, just trying to beat it senseless. That is going to be. I'm not going to use my action surge right now, so I'm going to end my turn with that. Garuga is no longer stunned as the end of his turn comes, so I can finally move. I stand up. I eat Apophis.
What?
No.
What do I get with a multi-attack here? Peck and a tail. 11's a miss. And 18's a hit. But let's make sure this is right here. Okay. Make sure this is accurate. Yep, that's accurate. I just rolled really good. All right, Apophis is hurting. He's not dead, but he's hurting. As that's the end of its turn. Cruund, you're up.
All right. Cruund is going to probably just have the tentacle roll its attack.
Would you so under the ruler one on the side, the measurement controls, create like a little like square, like a little thing you can move around that'll track where your tentacle's at. Like you can just like.
How do I?
So you click on the ruler and then you click on like a measurement control, like the square one or whatever, and then click and drag. So make
Okay, square. Okay.
yeah, make like a that or something like that,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
and then you can move that
Cool.
around as you need to. That way we can track where it's at.
Great. I'm going to have it do its thing. If I need to unclick off that. Alright, target that. If I do this and use ability.
Ah, I broke it. I don't like it.
Oh well.
Oh, sparkly in yours, but I don't mind. Weird.
Damage. So I'm assuming a 22 hits.
22 does say yes.
Cool.
Sorry, I was playing with all the other stuff that you had.
Normal. I think you said Apophis took a butt ton of damage.
Yes, he did.
Nope. Spellbook. Oh, that's a bonus action to do that. Well, that's awkward. We will. I'll cast Enlarge on Apophis. Because I can't Healing Word as an action because I hit it with the bonus action thing.
Con
So,
save.
there you go, Apophis.
We can do a con save, which is super weird.
Yeah, because I can choose the Enlarge effect.
I failed.
Big snack.
I'm putting this on.
And then that's what I got.
It was horrible. Sorry, I was busy having fun.
One over. Too far. There we go. Well, I dropped my boomerang right here as I grab face.
Okay.
I begin
Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah, I'm leaving that one. That was very appropriate.
Yeah.
Neat.
It's Zone Blizzard or something like. Yeah, Zone Blizzard is a special effect. A 26. You're trying to grapple it. Okay.
We can't have it flying.
I have acrobatics I'm going to use because I'm very acrobatic-y. I fail. I am grappled.
grabs beak, just like stay down.
Yeah, and it's trying to like break free, it's like pulling her away and stuff. All right, Dose.
Well, bonus action dash. Big boy. Healer's kit. Use my action to heal. Yes. That's it. That's lame.
You roll a
That's my
1. You roll a 2. Okay, so it heals for 6.
And that's my turn.
Okay, it's my turn. I'm trying not to sneeze. I think we're okay. All right, on his turn, I'm going to second wind.
I tell him to move around the corner.
Like, clarification on what do you mean by that?
I'm trying to like come like over here or something.
Second
Like,
wind has no
move-
remaining uses. I should have a remaining use. Give me that.
He probably never
No.
long rested.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Not a good day for Apophis.
No. All right, heal for 5. I'm going to attack. I rolled 19. That's a hit for 14 points damage. The Garuga, as like it's being held in, you just I smash into the side. You can hear the cracking of its carapace on its side as it is looking a little bloody at this point, and it lets out a cry of pain. For the sake of it, you guys feel like he would action surge right now or no?
Well, he is critical
Probably,
health.
since we don't need to kill the Basarios, then
Yeah.
and the Garuga's terrifying.
Okay.
And almost killed him, so
All right, action surge. Another attack. Hits again. For 17. Woo! Big damage. And that is going to be you wanted to move around somewhere, you said? Like up here? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I told him to go across because I feel like I'm holding the bird. I'm holding the bird. He might as well smack the bird while I hold it. It feels like he would move around to better hit it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I get that side swings. All right. That's going to be the end of his turn. It's now its turn. You're the one holding it right now. I think on this turn, what's it going to do? I'm going to roll a wisdom check to determine if it's going to attack Gundrick or try to escape Gundrick.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a D100. You want high or low, Gundrick?
I want high.
All right. So if it's high, I try to escape the grapple. If it's low, I try to attack you. Because attacking is probably going to be worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to attack
Well,
you.
it's low. Okay.
All right. Here's the peck. This is the one that's okay. Missing.
Miss.
Rolled a 2. And I hit.
That unfortunately hits.
I don't want to
But I
look.
do resist poison damage.
Okay. You have poison resistance?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Wow. Okay. That's so much better then. So you only take 21. Wait, is that right? So you take 21. But you take 15 of. You take 15 of that.
How much poison damage is there?
It's 3d8 poison, but I rolled 12
But I
of
think
it.
there's
So
I think
6 off.
there's
Yeah.
some yin.
So literally, you would have taken 21, but at minus 6, it shows right there in the HP update. So you take 15 of 21.
All right. And I make a con saving throw.
No. For what?
Oh,
for
like I hit him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I was in large.
Yes, because of large, not because of anything the Gruber's
I
did.
succeed.
All right, so it's trying to do that. It didn't work, so I'm going to do something else next turn. That is the end of my turn.
If it gets a next
I'm going to get a
turn-
next turn, I think.
If it gets a next turn. It's me.
Yes, you could.
I'm going to we're gonna try to Elder Blast.
20 hits.
All right, damage.
For
How's
nine.
Apophis looking right now?
Apophis is a solid 15. If you take numbers, he's a 15 out of 36.
All right.
Random numbers.
I'll just look at him and go, feel better.
Thank
Words of
you.
encouragement.
I never thought of it like
Thank
that.
All right.
What's that? Oh, sections.
I did use my bonus action and my action.
Okay.
All right.
Gundrick.
The question, because Power Gauntlets are part of the Wyvern Boomerang, do they also get the my +2 slashing damage?
Which is the weapon effect on this one? I guess is the question here. So, what is the material? Because I'm pretty sure it says slashing weapons deal extra slashing damage for the sharp claw, right?
It was the Azuchi pelt, the one that just said +2. You get +2 slashing damage to the weapon.
I'm finding because I don't see
It wouldn't let me add it to my weapon, but like, okay, I'll just increase the damage.
All right, Azuchi hide. No. Tail. No.
Whatever the Azuchi part that gives you +2 to slashing.
It must be a great one. Yeah, your slashing weapon deals two extra slashing damage. So in the case of the gloves, in this case, no, it would not. I would say once you get other material upgrades, yes, it would.
Okay. In which case, it's just grapple, so punch.
Okay. $21 hits.
As you get punched by Power Gauntlet.
There's an extra D4 in there for some reason.
Oh, because I'm large.
Oh, okay, you're good. Oh, yeah, you smash into it. You hear the carapace crack some more. Starting to break into it, or break through it.
I'm going to use my movement to move me and it to right here.
Okay, so move it over right here.
I'm going to try to like throw it over the tentacle.
You want, like here?
Yeah, because the tentacle doesn't technically exist as a physical object.
Yeah, you can move it, so that's fine.
Correct.
Okay.
It is an ethereal tentacle.
All right, Dose, you're
So
up.
I drag it through the ground as I punch it.
Yep.
I don't know what to do.
I am Alawi from League of Legends.
It's a very skinny monkey version.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Don't know.
It's pretty bruised and beaten, but it's still fighting. It's still fighting, trying to break free. Right now, Gundrick's got it kind of like cupped around like the neck and like mouth, like trying to keep the beak from snapping at him, tail from like whipping into him and stuff like that. It's passed through the tentacle a few different times at this point.
Why is this coldly tentacle not working? Angrily not trying to use the tentacle as a base to hit it with.
It just wiggles while it's waiting for a command, like a wiggler. Yes.
I can.
The wacky waving inflatable arm tube man.
10,
Tube tentacle.
20. And then attack it from here.
Okay.
I don't get advantage on this one, right?
Correct. It's just grappled. It's just movement speed to 0. I'm assuming that was meant to be like a standard gun lance, not the fire one.
Yes, my bad.
It's fine. We'll still count it as a 24. I just want to make sure you roll the right damage.
I think it's the same, but I'll just do this one. There you go.
And just roll the damage. Will it let you roll the damage? Yeah, cool. 13 piercing. All right. Okay. It's taking 13 points of damage. It lets out a cry as you stab into it. And the same, like you puncture through the spot that Gundrick and Cobra has cracked. It begins to bleed heavily.
And I can move back the last 10 feet.
All right, as you
and then-
move back, do I have range? I do not have range. You're good. Because if I had 10-foot range on one of those attacks, you'd be done. Just double check on the actual stat block here. Yep, it's just 5 feet. Cool. All right, Cobra's up. He goes, "Why do you move it?" As he comes charging forward.
I wonder why I move it so he can move 5 feet back and do his thing.
I move 5 feet back, then charge forward.
It's almost like I synergize with my party.
I'm gonna bark inspiration this one. Oh, I just miss. So it does not hit. So I charge forward, swing, and it just bounces and deflects off the carapace. Does not hit. And sadly, that's the end of his turn. It lives for a turn, guys. So because of that, it like shakes as you're like trying to keep its beak, and as it does, it rises up and like spreads its wings for a brief second and lets out a violent roar.
No.
Yeah, let's just hit you guys, so let's do it that way. As the sound echoes outwards at Cobra and at Gundrick, there's no way. I mean, I guess you guys succeed on the save, but give me a second and I'll get you guys proper targets. He is targeting correctly. As the vibrations radiate out in a shockwave around. Yeah, it hurts. Gundrick succeeds, and Cobra, Apophis in this case, does not. Apophis
Classic.
loses consciousness.
I still stand.
He is unconscious.
Still standing.
With blood in my
tell
ears,
he's
and I'm just
bleeding.
screaming, "Is that all you got, you loud pigeon?"
All right. Yeah, your ears are definitely bleeding. You're holding on to it. It hasn't. I was hoping to break free on that one and fly. Did not work. You are incapacitated, Gundrick, I believe.
Am I a pass?
Let me double check. No, you're fine. You're good. And technically, Apophis is also stunned because he failed it by 5 or more.
But that don't matter.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, end of its turn. Recharge. No
How's the
recharge.
Garuga looking, by the way?
It's very, very messed up. Very messed
Very
up.
handsome.
That was its turn. Cruund, you're up.
Can't wait to wear it as a
It
helmet.
is extremely bloody. That strike from Dose severely put it in that like danger zone. It's got a little bit left, but not a lot.
Welcome to danger zone. What yeah.
You're up.
I bow attack.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm blind. It's because I'm looking at my encounter on this one. That's a hit.
That's a hit. Oh, thank goodness. Damage.
It strikes and pierces into it. You get it right through the ear. It's crying, just like trying to shake out the arrow, distracted by it, in severe pain. It's still up though.
Okay. The tentacle smack.
Okay. 25 hits. 1. It's still up.
Does it kill it?
It does not kill it.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure, yes.
Okay. My turn.
All right, Gundrick.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Oh, it's just sleep as I punch the ear that has the arrow in it.
Oh, as you go for the ear folds like back, and you just completely over the head. And you have to like
Just hold on.
slam it back into the ground. Dose, you're up.
I'm gonna go up to Cobra here.
I share with the
Actually,
shockwave.
it's
One
healer's
point
kit.
of damage. Does it kill it?
That's the right thing. There we go. I didn't want to.
I'm gonna use the healer's kit to bring back Cobra at 1 HP. It's action, and then that's pretty much it.
Are you stunned if you're knocked out?
He's stunned because he failed to save.
Ah.
Is he still stunned?
Yes.
I couldn't imagine if you're incapacitated. Like, I don't know how you could be stunned while
So,
making death saves.
if you fail to save by 5 or more, the creature is stunned instead of being incapacitated, which is technically part of it. So he is just stunned until the end of his turn, which is now. So he's no longer stunned, and he's prone. Because I forgot about that. Okay, end of Cobra's turn. Gruga gets to go again. All right, it's gonna strike at Gundrick first because Gundrick is the one holding on to him. Yeah, I guess it'll be. It goes this one first. I finally hit with the peck attack.
Yeah, roll damage.
It does. Oh my god!
Well,
I
down.
rolled max damage. I'm like, doesn't do that much, but it literally rolled max. The most on average it does 14.
I'm down.
All right, and then it's going to, as it hits him, the tail swings around at Cobra. Oh, that's supposed to be an advantage, but it doesn't matter. He's down. So Cobra
APK already?
is at 0. Right now, the Grugo, right as you look, is now starting to fly upwards.
Oh no, you don't.
So it flies 30 to
Nope,
30 feet
5,
in the
10
air.
feet less.
Oh,
Well,
why?
Because I got hit with tentacle.
true.
True. All right, 20 feet in the air.
Question.
And his roar
Does
recharges.
the tentacle get a react like a?
No, it does not.
Oh.
End of its turn.
stupid.
Cruund, you're up. Not Groot. Groot. Let's do it.
You said it's like really fucked up.
It's pretty messed up, man. It is bleeding heavily. You're just watching blood just pool down as it's flying, trying to fly up.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna shoot it with the bow again.
Okay. 18 hits. That's not enough yet. It's still moving. It's it's still moving.
I cannot attack it from here, but question with how big Apophis is,
Uh-huh.
if would he be able to hit it from where he's standing if I got him up?
So he's double height.
Yeah.
He's at least 10 feet. But remember, I have a ranged weapon that I use.
Oh yeah, you have a range.
That's true.
weapon,
He might be the better one to do.
Yeah. All right. I was thinking Apophis is big and it gets that extra damage.
I don't think he would be able to. If it was 15 feet, I think he'd hit it with no problem. But I think the 20 feet is the problem.
All right, I will. I'm just burning through spells right now.
Healing word on Gundrick. You heal for
Yep,
7. Nice.
and just wake up, you lazy shit. That is it.
Gundrick, you wake up. You hear someone yelling at you.
Well, because I do that, I immediately get up and it's like, who are you calling lazy?
Oh no! So he throws it and the boomerang flies off and then comes back at the end of the turn.
Well, that's unfortunate. Too bad it's still within reach. But I'm gonna move because it's not gonna have that much reach for me. I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Hi, cat. Oh, well, no, you're not going for the
Dose?
crumbs.
What you doing,
You're
Dose?
up. You're up. Well, I guess I'll use another healer's kit and pick him up. Cobra's back up. And I guess that's it, because I can't do anything range-wise. So.
Okay. Cobra's up.
At 1 HP, 0 HP.
He's one.
He gets 1 because of his talent, the feat. All right, Cobra is going to. What do we have, Cobra? Do you have any range? I don't think he does.
Throw the hammer.
I know what happens when you throw the hammer. You never throw the hammer.
Bro, never throw the hammer.
Okay, I am going to step. Oh, I have to stand up first. Fuck. Well, I guess technically. So I'm 10 feet, we'll say. I can need a jump. What's my jump height? Jump.
I think you added another 1 foot for every point you have in strength.
It depends on which one you're doing. So I have 20 strength. 10 feet, strength scores 20. My high jump is without a running start. My high jump is 4 feet. With a running start, it's 8 feet. So I have 15 feet of movement right now. So I can take 1 step back and then run forward, and then jump with enough height to be able to reach it right now. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna swing.
Do it.
Just coil up.
No!
Oh!
Ah! End of his turn. Garuga gets to go.
He's cheating.
Is he cheating? That's the question. What's it do? What's it do? It's smart. It's not dumb. And the 2 attacking with ranged
The
are over
intelligence
there.
roll can determine that.
I mean, I could also go with wisdom, but I'll do intelligence because it is smarter. Or do a saving throw. Well, that's
Average.
I feel like it knows it can't.
Escape is not an option.
It flies to here, down one, and lowers itself down to the ground.
It left Cobra's range.
This is technically a 10-foot radius. It's just, I don't know why it's messed up, but that technically goes one more circle. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit that real fast for the proper range because it's within 10 feet of. There we go.
Even if I pass, I'm knocked out again.
Yep, so you're down. Let's just target then you, Cruund.
Back to 0.
Cruund succeeds, taking half damage. And then, so I flew down, how far? Fuck. It was 20 feet. So I flew at least 20 feet down. I'm gonna go back up 10 feet.
I'm gonna need to make a concentration check now.
Go for it. Surprised it didn't prompt you.
Same. I mean, that's just a con save, right?
Yeah. Did you actually minus HP off yourself?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Well,
You did?
Apophis. Yeah, I clicked the check button.
Do you have resistance?
No.
Because you're definitely not down enough for that to have been the case. Because you didn't lose it. It would have been more
I
than
did
8,
the
right?
calculated thing. And hit the check button. I
This
took
is
half
30.
damage, right?
27 would have been half, yeah. And then, so half of that would have been 13.
Weird.
It says you have -5 on it for some reason.
Oh, because I had 10 hit points.
Gotcha. That explains it. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Which means that because of my armor of Apophis,
Oh, I don't think that actually hurts it. I think it's a melee hit.
the creature. Yeah.
I'm safe there.
The creature hits me. Yeah. So, well, that's stupid. Worthless spell.
Not really. It could still minimize damage.
Not
just
just
happened to-
bad.
In this case,
Terrible. It's awful. It's the worst. I lose the concentration on the spell, which means that Apophis is now
shrinks.
small. Just that concentration thing. Nope. All right. Weird.
Cool.
Uh,
I'm have him shrink down here into this square. Okay, what do you do on your turn?
Oh, I didn't make the
Oh,
save because I'm at
me?
Yes, you.
Let me look at my tentacle of the deep, and if I can move. Oh, I can. All right. Bonus action. We're moving the tentacle. How
Can
do I
it can
grab
make
him?
it? Yeah, you switch to the ruler one, and then grab the little like square thing. So switch to the ruler,
Okay.
and then grab the little square thingy on the top left corner or whatever.
Oh, okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
And when I move it, it can make the attack again.
Yep.
Which it will do. We're here for damage.
Hits.
Oh, let's go, baby! Oh, let's go!
Is that max?
Yeah, it's a max.
And it's enough.
Let's go!
It had 6 left. So how does the tentacle kill the Garuga?
As it's flying, the tentacle's just gonna like wrap around its leg and like pull down and slam it onto the ground.
I like it. Yeah,
Just
the carapace
real-
fully breaks open. The beak breaks. It is on the ground, unmoving.
Perfect. Well,
I make my death save.
Yes.
Ugh.
That's one fail.
Not failing.
oh,
And then Dose runs over and heals you.
I hope.
does he
Hooray.
though?
Yeah, do you, Dose? Do you let him die?
Yeah, agreed.
All right, let's really quickly. Let's go ahead and do carbs real fast, and then we'll call it a day.
I think we
Alright,
need a nice short rest.
That one level of Warlock really feels really good.
You each get 725 experience.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, I guess.
How much was it again?
725.
Should be at 3719.
So I need 3 carve checks for the Gruga.
Let's hope. 1,
Success.
2,
Crit.
Nice.
3.
3 successes. So each of you could draw. Who do you want? Heavy. Who do you want to roll the crit?
Not
The
me.
final kill.
So okay.
Whoever
so
gets the
Cruund-
final kill gets that lucky card.
Cool. So Cruund, you roll a 2d20. Dose and Gundrick roll a 20. Oh, you know, a 1d20. Dose re-roll.
Instead of 1-1, you got
2
ones.
ones.
Okay. So a 16 is going to be a rejuvenated beak.
That's a initiative one, I believe, right?
I don't have
Yeah,
the
man,
actual.
initiative rolls.
The 9. They're actually both the same. It's not bad, but I mean, yeah, okay, it works, I guess. 2 Garuga tails. It had 2 tails. This is a 2-tailed Garuga.
Oh.
I don't know why I kept
3.
smacking with the tail.
I need to change my multi attack so it does 2 attacks next time with its tail. Just murder 2 different people. So yeah, you get 2 Garuga tails and 1 rejuvenated beak. Had you? I mean, I will say technically, if you kept the 1, you would have gotten a Garuga scale.
What about it did?
Gust of wind. You cast a
Oh, I could have had a +2 to my intimidation check, which is already crazy.
I mean, if you want to swap it out, but that's if they don't want the tail or what you guys want to decide.
Run it off with tails. That way we have more damage to our team.
Yeah, that'll be.
That's fine.
Good.
Add them to your guys' loot for now. You can try putting them on during a rest or anything else. As you guys are pretty beat up, you're obviously going to take some time here. So
Yeah, like a short rest.
they leveled up last time, I believe, mid. So for those of you watching, thank you guys for watching. I will be back in about an hour and 50 minutes for Group B and their run through the next part of this adventure. We will be back, or we should be back unless anything changes. Next month should be the 10th and the 24th of March. So if you guys can't make it, please let me know in the chats and stuff, and we'll see what we can do about, organizing that stuff. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. See you in an hour or 2 hours.
See you for more suffering later.